Hello and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and happy Thursday to you all. We are back as always to talk about some Marvel Legends, and do we have some news to talk about today? We certainly do. Hallelujah, people. Retros are back. I'm getting a little bit overexcited. We'll talk about it shortly. But you know I cannot do this on my own. So let me welcome the superest producer. It is, of course, Rich M. Rich, how you doing?
Yo, I'm doing good. You all right?
I'm all good. I'm all good.
Who was right? Who was right
Look,
all along?
we'll get into it. I'm not. It's one of those where I wanted to be wrong. Like I'm not even mad about it. Like I'm so glad I was wrong. But I'm still like, I don't know. I'm still on the edge here. Like, it's just one reveal. Is that a leftover from last year, or are they allowed to do it? Like, I don't know. We can talk about it, though. We can talk about it. But anyway, everyone, how are we doing? Thank you for your patience. I can't tell you why we were late, but it was secretive. But let's just say someone's still causing us to be late, even though he's not here anymore, if you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to him. There may be an emoji related to him. There it is. How are we doing, everybody? Let me say hello. Let me do the housekeeping, and then we're going to start talking about some bloody freaking toys. So, I'll do that first and foremost. Here we go. So, oh, my mouse is having a party. There we go. Today is Thursday. That means the Dan Who Live. It's just literally bouncing all over the screen. Crazy. Me and Rich going to be recapping the Marvel Legends news. And maybe, just maybe, we may bring in a little special guest today. Ho ho! And it's not the emoji, trust me. He's out of here. He's out of here. But, next week is Legend of Liquor, not this week. But I'll tell you what we did do this week are Joe's and Juice. Me, Tom and Mark, we recapped all the G.I. Joe Day reveals from the 1st of Feb because Hasbro cancelled their fan stream that was meant to happen on the 14th. But me, Tom and Mark said, well, we're still going to stream anyway. So we did exactly that yesterday, people. All right. So show some love to the last episode of Joe's and Juice. Me, Tom and Mark. Always a good time talking Joe's. And if you want to talk some Turtles, then I'm sure me and Tanner are going to do that very soon. No date in mind just yet. But after that NECA van update, we definitely are excited to talk some toys. So we'll be doing that shortly. But I appreciate the support on all of the live streams on the channel. Hope you like long form content. And if you do, then please think about contributing £4 or $4. Not only will you become part of the live stream, Friday will read out your super chat out loud, whether it's a Streamlabs donation link in the description, or just via regular old super chat. Both of them work. £4 or $4. Get involved and help contribute to the channel. It is much appreciated. Thank you so much. And if you want to go one step further, then unlike Rectangular, you can hit that join button and become a channel member. Honestly, join the members club and you can be on Legends and Liquor. I appreciate you for it. It's great. We had 3 brand new people this week, forever expanding this little community we're building over here. I appreciate you all so much. Allow me to keep doing what I love doing and keeping Amanda off my back so I can keep doing exactly that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's say hello to some people in the chat, Rich. And then maybe we'll bring in our little special guest we got going on. Now, sometimes my chat wants to work. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. So let's see if it works today. Okay, let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, so who was in nice and early? Big Will was, so was The Fossil, Little Leaf Creations, Jamie, Cloud Foxwell, as I said, Rectangular. He said, Bum Pirates Unite. And it's official, Hasbro. He is a Hasbro. He's confirmed it in the chat. He says Hasbro takes all his money. That means he's a Hasbro, as they have been called. Embered Wings, Jay's Toys Collection UK, Paul McCarthy, Mutt J Ace, or Mutt J Ace, I assume, Rick Moore, Cute Cult, Arvin, Mark Tac Toys for Film, Jason Lopez, The Retweeting King, Craig's Nostalgic Collection UK. Mark, I should just say Craig, considering I know who the guy is. Craig. Shout out Craig. Abnugla, he says, how's it going, lads? And we're sending our love down the well, all the way down. How you doing, Abnugla? Hope it's not too cold down there. Chica Monkey Kara, she says, hello, who crew? Hill Phones, aka Phil Jones, he's in the chat. He says, pow, pow, pow. He was on the beach today. There you go. See how delayed this nonsense it is. Absolutely ridiculous. I knew it would catch up eventually. He was at the beach today with Michelangelo, his favourite turtle. Not the best turtle, but his favourite turtle. Dominique says, pow, pow, pow. Thank you very much. Showing some love. Channel member for 9 months, Dominique. I appreciate that so very much. Thank you so much to all the channel members out there. You do get 1 free token to use in the chat. I think it's a month or something like that, but I appreciate you for it.
One a month.
1 a month. There you go. How generous of YouTube. I would have said one a week if it was my rules. Like, but I can't even give memberships, annoyingly. Justin collects disavowed action figures. Your boys got toys. Happy birthday for yesterday. Your boys got toys. Hopefully, the boy got lots of toys. He says, "How are you 8 hours ahead, but always 5 minutes late?" Yeah, it's just the way of the world. Just the way of the world. We just it's just how it is. If it was up to me, I'd stream at midnight, but a missus wouldn't be down for that. But anyway,
It was because I was doing my hair, and then we just gave up when I just got a hat. So
yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
He was trying to get it to dry, trying to style it, and he went, "Fuck it, I'm just getting a hat in the end." So yeah, Richard's got that hat on. We're good. You can leave your hat on. That's a Tom Jones song, right? He's Welsh. There's a connection there.
There you go.
I figured that out. Okay, let's see if we got a guest in the waiting room. I think we have, and we can bring them in. But before I do, one more plug. As I said, me, Tom, and Mark did an episode of Joe's and Juice yesterday. We recapped the really good reveals, actually. Now, there is a picture of Falcon going around from this latest stream where he looks like the puppet dummy out of Goosebumps. Do you know that? What's his name? Snappy? I can't remember his name. In Goosebumps, there was some dummy anyway. It doesn't look good, to be completely honest. We're hoping that the person who has that just has terrible photography skills, but we shall find out sooner or later. Whoever gets something first usually does have like an old Nokia with grainy photos. It's weird, but hopefully it's better in hand. Hopefully we also get shipping notices for CoverGirl, the Crimson Bat, and the Marauders Barbecue. If you've ordered any of them, they're all due on Pulse today, so we should get charged from tonight for them shipped tomorrow. We shall see. But if you want some G.I. Joe talk, I'm going to shut up and head over to Joe's and Juice. All right, there's a playlist. Go and check that out. Me, Tom, and Mark will very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. Today, we are talking Marvel Legends and whatever other nonsense we want to talk about as the show goes on. But there is some Marvel Legends news, as I said. Some new news and some sort of things we knew about, but we're still excited to see where they're going to end up. As I said, that Kraven, it's a retro card, people. Play a drinking game with me tonight, right? Every time I say retro, take a little swig of your drink. It may not be standing at the end of the stream, Rich. I'm just saying. Hope you got water tonight.
I just got water.
There you go. You're good. You chose
fucking work.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let me go to the waiting room and bring this geezer in. That's right. It's a geezer. I'll give you a spoiler already. Let me bounce to this screen just for a second. Let me make sure he comes in properly. Okay. It's just me. Rich is in the green room, just making sure our guest is good. Bringing him in real quick for a Thursday night appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and there's none other, you may know the guy, it is none other than Jay's Toy Collection UK. There he is! I thought you were glitching out there, but he's there. You're there. Jay, are you there?
Hey,
It's
yo.
like the ring then. Am I dead in 7 days now? What's happening?
Hey, yo!
I'm the third man. It's like Bash at the Beach 1996.
Wow, okay, you're in the wrong place for the wrestling references. People want to hear Marvel. That's what we're here for. So, shout out to Jay. If you are a viewer of Legend of Liquor, shall we say, I'm sure you have seen this guy pop up over the year plus now. We've been doing Legend of Liquor easy. And he now has his very own YouTube channel, Jay's Toys Collection UK. And you know me. I made a YouTube to be passionate and just to share my hobby with everyone else. So I love it when I see other people doing exactly that. And that's what Jay's doing. So let me get it up on the screen. So in the chat today, in the live chat, if you go right to the top, the pinned comment says, please subscribe to Jay's Toy Collection UK, all right? He's on the way to 1K, all right? So hopefully we can get him there sometime soon. So please do subscribe if you are on the replay, if you are here live. Do not wait around, all right? Go and show some love. As you can see, I am already subscribed. Very much like Jay's content. How's YouTube going for you, Jay? How are you feeling? How you having fun? Fun's the most important thing, I think, with this.
I've gone up by 1 subscriber since the stream started.
Yes.
So there we go. It's working already. It was
I am an
609
influencer.
earlier.
I knew it. Live up to my name. No, I'm joking.
No, I'm having a great time, really. Shout out to the missus, of course, Cheeky Monkey Kiara, that told me to sort of get off my ass and do something with the collection you should see behind me. So I'm giving it a go. Yeah, it's hard work trying to do it, especially with this laptop. So the webcam that died on Legends and Liquor, so we've had to get a new webcam today. Maybe the laptop will die next. We'll soon see. So I'm sort of a lot of raw, unedited footage on some of the more recent videos, so I don't have to edit them then. So
I like it.
I'm a one-take wonder.
Look, I like it. You can't come out guns blazing with the best everything first. You need to have that room for improvement. You need to find your feet. Like, I'm enjoying basically you intro every video with one of your figures introducing the video, which actually I really like that concept. I don't see anyone else doing that. And as I said, it's real, it's genuine. Like, this guy has blocked out windows in his collection room so he can display more figures. That's an actual fact there.
There are no windows behind me. What you see behind me was the Kiara's wardrobe. So the wardrobe doors are off and all the Marvel Legends are now in the wardrobe and her clothes are in the garage.
Yeah, she's just got one outfit she just constantly wears. Like, she has to stand next to the washing machine as it's washing each week because it's like, that's all she's got. She's got no room in the house. It's covered with toys. So I'm sure you know Jay, but as I said, he's going to be joining us today to talk some Marvel Legends news as the third man. But please, as I said, show some love and go and subscribe and show him what this community is all about, all right? It's a good, fun place to talk some toys, and he's one of us, okay? So I want to show some love to more people in the community that have always shown love to me, all right? So it's appreciated. Jay, pleasure having you here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on. Yeah, I don't have Brandon's good looks, but I do have Robo's beard, so it's a combination.
Yeah, that's not bad, not bad. Right, okay, let's get into some Legends then, shall we? So, I'm sure you don't mind that I'm going to start off with this. This was revealed today, so this is the most relevant news. Via comicbook.com today, they revealed the Marvel Legends retro. Sorry, I said retro. I won't do that every time. Retro Kraven the Hunter. Now, this is a Walgreens, a Walmart exclusive. Sorry, no Walgreens exclusive this year. This is a Walmart exclusive. Now, we knew this was coming as we'd already been shown off a digital render. So we knew we were going to get a Kraven in the animated style. But I always thought to myself that this wouldn't be acceptable in any other format than the retro card, because it was a character that we needed for our wall. Well, for my wall. I'm talking very selfishly right now, ain't I? But it's a character we needed for the wall. Never mind. Shut up, Dan. There was two ways this could have gone. This could have gone.
How many drinks do you want?
I know, yeah, it's crazy. I'm just excited. It's retro cards about. I was gonna get party poppers and everything. But Ted would attack me. If I have a party popper, Ted would burst in here and jump on me. He hates them. I thought this would end up in the VHS line. We already know Spider-Man are taking over the VHS line coming up. It's going to be in 2-packs. So I thought maybe we could see this Kraven end up in a Spider-Man VHS box. I am so very happy to see it in a retro card. Now, does this mean that they're going to continue to do retro cards? Because so far in 2023, this is the only one we've seen.
You can't keep the retro card is dead now. We've got one now, so you need to get over that now. Nah. You need to get over it.
They've made you into a big fat dirty lie. You said it was gone, and it's back by February.
It's only February. It's 2 months.
What was your quote you posted on Twitter earlier in my response? It was a Hawkeye quote. Do you remember what it was?
I was right, wasn't it? When did that?
I think it was something like that. Yeah. Right, my point is, I've got a Hawkeye quote for you, all right? And it's quite simply, "Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. I need these retro cards to stay alive." And look, collecting for me, as I said, is driven by nostalgia, and the Spider-Man line is way up there. My favourite retro card, undoubtedly. So I'm so very happy. And also my symmetry brain. There is a space. I literally need one more in that gap. Hooray! At least I will have the gap filled. Because there's 4 there, and then this whole wall is over there, as you know. So I am so very happy. But anyway, there are 2 opportunities to get Kraven other than this. One of them was in the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave back in 2015, and then the other one was in the sort of Kraven the Last Hunt 2-pack with a symbiote Spider-Man with a beaten-up face. Maybe a couple of years later, maybe 2018 or 19. They are a little bit different. One of them has the knee pads with the skull. The other one's a little bit more classic looking if you're building out an original Sinister Six. So this is the third opportunity to get Kraven, but it is undoubtedly in his more animated inspired colours. If you've seen the animated show, you know Kraven is a little bit more flamboyant with his wardrobe. So there he is on the retro card. Doesn't come with any accessories apart from the spear that we have gotten all the other times we've got with Kraven. But still, it's all about it being on that retro card, another character with the deco of the animated show to match so many other of the Rose Gallery. As you can tell, I am very happy about this. Let me throw it over to you, Rich. What are we saying?
I'm saying the same as I said when this was revealed. It looks like it's from a Disney film. I don't like that lion. It's not for me, but I'm happy that you've got your retro card. I'm also happy that I can save myself 25 quid.
Look, I'm going to spend 50 quid on this. I need 2 of these. Bloody hell.
Don't say you spend 50 quid on these, though.
To be fair, it is accurate to the animated show. As I said, he was a little bit more flamboyant there. But you're not wrong. It does have that sort of more colourful vibe. So I see where your brain's going. Do you have a Kraven in the collection currently?
Yeah, I got the one from the 2-pack, I think.
That's probably the more like classic-y looking Kraven out of the two anyway. So that's probably the best bet.
It doesn't look awful, but like I've said before, I like X-Men the animated show was my gateway, not so much the Spider-Man animated show. It was like Spider-Man was like filling time till the next season of X-Men came on. So like I haven't got as much love for this look for Kraven, whereas like the other Kraven I quite like. So again, and if you missed Kraven before, it's another chance to get him again.
He is a character that was going for a pretty penny on the aftermarket as well. Like that 2-pack's hard to find, and also the original Rhino Build-A-Figure wave. That whole wave is hard to find.
Hasn't he got a film come out as well?
Apparently so. Yeah, the guy who played Quicksilver, that Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah, he's gonna play Kraven. But again, I'm not a fan of Sony messing around with the Spider-Man characters. They're just money grabs, ain't they?
I suppose it's a delight,
They're
wasn't it? So why wouldn't it be?
Do you know what I mean? And they've got Madam Web coming out with the 50 Shades of Grey girl. Like it's like they're just trying to make money, obviously. But it's like you're ruining Spider-Man. Give it Kevin Feige, all right? Just Kevin Feige. You must have made a lot of money by now. Just pay Sony off. Give them what they want and get these characters back. Anyway, Rich, Kraven the Hunter, retro cards. Are they back? Question mark. What do you think?
Retro cards, I've never gone away, Dan. Only in you ahead they've gone away.
I asked Jay. Jay, what are you saying?
I'm saying retro cards, they're back. And we're kind of with Rich. They kind of didn't really. They did go somewhere for like a month, and then the G.I. Joe team.
Only now the blooming America are getting like the X-Men wave. There's like literally no gap for anyone.
They've not even noticed.
Just you, Dan.
They've not noticed they disappeared. They've not known. Look, I'm a very literal person. If I get told certain things, I will take that as fact until I'm proven otherwise. And we got told Hasbro are killing off retro cards. So the Hasbro team tried to get out as many as they could before the calendar year ended. And I thought in 2023 we wouldn't see any new ones. So again, I still have questions.
Daniel even told you at MCM that they would be more next year.
But people in the chat are already. People in the chat.
I hate to double team you here, Dan, but it's on the screen, son. There is a retro card on the screen. We're okay.
I can't believe it. That's all it is. I just can't believe. I'm just so happy. Retro cards. You've got a certain rule with your collection of carded action figures, Jay. So like, tell the people what you doing, and are you going to end up getting this? Is this something that you want for the shelf?
Yes, I'm 100% going to get it. I wasn't really in on retro cards until you had kind of convinced me they were going away, and I thought I better get one of every type just in case. So you might see behind me, I don't know if you'll focus in there, on the top of the Marvel Legends in the back of the wardrobe, there is one of every retro card, and there's a lot more down the side that you can't see. So from being not in on retro cards at all, I've gone in on quite a few of the things. There's even some right at the top. I won't move the camera in case the laptop hates me, but yeah, there's retro cards all over this room. There's Star Wars retro cards, who we've probably got Star Wars to thank for the fact we're getting retro cards, because you can't really sell 3 3/4 vintage collection without a retro card. So I think they realized that and then kind of backtracked on the decision that some of the collectors or the brands could have retro cards. Kraven, love the outfit, love the animated series. I brought a prop. So there is the animated series in all its DVD glory that I've owned for many years. Live and kicking Saturday mornings, BBC One, I believe, about 10 o'clock. Spider-Man used to be
Zoe Ball and what's his name? Peter.
Jamie Theakston.
Jamie Theakston, and then it was the Peter guy. Yeah, I remember it. Wow, I remember it. Wow,
that was my sort of gateway into Marvel. Was the animated series of X-Men and Spider-Man. I watched some of the Amazing Friends back on sort of repeats, but the 90s animated series is anything really. So I'll buy anything that's related to it. The head sculpt, it needs more of a mustache is my only critique here really on this one. It's a bit too thin, where in the animated series it was quite thick and bushy, which you can see on the actual packaging to the side. So they've just reused the head sculpt from the 2-pack version, isn't it? From the Kraven's Last Hunt 2-pack. So could have had a bit of mustache sculpt, but apart from that, I like the animated look because you get the black and white sort of ankle cuffs and wrist gauntlets. So I love the look, and yeah, one for me, definitely.
Yeah, like, what is your Spider-Man retro card representation in your collection then, Jay? If you've only got one from each line.
Well, I've got more than one for Spider-Man because, of course, I've broken my own rule. Sandman, Venom, Spider-Man, Shocker, because I found Shocker really cheap, so I just bought another Shocker in case I wanted to customize one. But yeah, so quite a few for Spidey.
You're not wrong with the head sculpt as well, by the way. Like, again, like, speaking subjectively, all right, and like, it is just a straight up re-release here, repainted. It is what it is, people. But I'm just blinded by my love, and I'm well aware of this. I'm very self-aware of this, all right? So you don't need to hammer me in the comments. I'm very self-aware and blinded by my own personal attachment to nostalgia and love for the Spider-Man series, and also I just love these retro cards, and also the fact that I need one more to fill that damn space on the wall. So I'm just very happy with this, all right? But you don't have to like it. As I always say, you can hate it, you can go, damn Hasbro and their bloody reuse. You can say that as loud as you want. He has pins, for God's sake, damn you. Yeah, you can say that as well if it makes you feel better about your life. That's absolutely fine. But what can I say? I like it, and it's on the retro card. So again, as I said, Hasbro, don't give me hope, all right? Don't give me hope. But yeah, there we go, Kraven. So that was nice to see. As I said, we knew we were getting Kraven on the retro card. Is the correct choice. Let's keep going. So we go backwards now. So we go back to the start, sort of earlier in the week, where I think it was more Target, right? So this is Walmart exclusive. In the UK, we don't have it. This hasn't gone up for pre-order anywhere yet in the UK. As soon as it does, of course, I will let you know. Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, because as I said, I'll be after 2 of these. But the other reveals...
It's part of the collector event, so there might be more Legends to come. You never know.
I hope so. But earlier in the week were Target exclusive. So let's get into them. Starting off with this one, which caught me off guard, the Tracksuit Mafia. So I did a little news video of this one, saying that I really like it. It's basically one that I didn't think Hasbro would make. It's one that a few people have brought up, as we always speculate what would be good action figures. And like, as I've already said it, right? Is it the most essential? There's Yondu. He's already got it for pre-order too. Is it the most essential character for an MCU collection? Like, do you need it if you're trying to have the representation of the MCU on the shelf? No, probably not. That's fair. But is it a fun addition to the collection? As I said, absolutely. This is a good one. Now, it comes with 2 interchangeable heads, an array of weaponry, including that damn golf club that we were all speculating. Everybody was wrong. I think one person in the comments of my video said that they guessed it right. I don't believe them. They're a liar. No one guessed the Tracksuit Mafia. I think people have suggested Tracksuit Mafia as a legend, but nobody said the golf club was for the Tracksuit Mafia. So anyway, I've spoke my piece on this. I like this. We'll talk about it more in a second. But Rich, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting when they announced it was going to be the Tracksuit Mafia. I thought it would just be like the masked head. I thought that's what we get. So I didn't think we'd get like the actual actors likenesses on those 2 head sculpts. So that makes it a bit more appealing to me. So I've ordered 2 of them because I want like both the actors. I don't care so much about army building, but like they look good like with like the Hawkeyes on like my little Disney Plus shelf display going on. So I like this set. I mean, I wish it came with a couple more hands or something as well to vary that up a bit. But it's got like a load of weapons, which is good. And yeah, it's a good army builder for the MCU. I know everyone wanted like the Chitauri. A lot of people were like, I can't believe we got this before with this Chitauri. Yeah. But it's still like maybe there's chance of Chitauri now. The fact that we've got another army builder in the MCU, because we've had like the Dora Milaje and we've had another one as well.
Yeah, we had the Hydra Soldiers. Where
that's it.
But everyone corrected me when I said we've only had the Hydra Soldiers. A few people in the comments on my video were like, "Oh, we've had the Dora as well," which is true. But I think what makes this one and the Hydra Soldier stand out a little bit more is it has a generic trooper head, where the Dora Milaje pack... Oh, 1 second, we got a very generous super chat from Ultimate Carnage.
£9.99.
Thank you.
Hello, Who Crew, it's been a while. Can't wait to add Kraven to the collection. I hope they continue the retro wave and bring us Chameleon and a Doc Ock.
Me too, absolutely. Thank you very much, Ultimate Carnage. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see your name pop up. He says, hello, Who Crew, it's been a while. Can't wait to add Kraven to the collection. I hope they continue the retro wave and bring us Chameleon and Doc Ock. Yes, second Chameleon, second Doc Ock. we need a Chameleon had such an interesting look for the animated show. That would look.
He did indeed. Yeah.
That would look great on that retro card, and it also gives you an opportunity to give us a couple of interchangeable heads that for figures that you probably don't think would sell as a full pack. Do you know? So give us Chameleon on the retro card, throw in a few interchangeable heads like you have done with Chameleons in the past. Yes, please. I think that's at the top of my most wanted retro card figures right now. Like is Chameleon. So good choice.
More than Doc Ock?
I think so. I think so. Unless Doc Ock's got bendy wire tentacles and all that, and then I can buy two. Let's not get into it. I could do a whole episode. Let's change the show to retro cards are back. Thank you, Ultimate Carnage. Right, back to this. So as I said, the difference between this pack and the Hydra Soldier is they've both got a generic trooper head that isn't a representative of any particular person. Where the Dora pack, yes, it's technically an army builder pack, but each one of the heads is of an actual actress's likeness from the movie. So essentially you buy more than 3 of them, you're going to have a clone on the shelf, if that makes sense. Where I think a traditional army builder has a generic head that is just meant to represent nobody particularly. So that's what this pack does. That balaclava head is your troop building aspect, where yes, you can get 2 like Rich and have both actors likeness. That's great, of course, shows people from the show, but then you can get as many as the balaclava guys if you like, because it's anybody. It can be anybody behind the mask. So I very much like that. Your boys got birthdays.
Your boys got birthdays donated $5. I would think as an actor to get an action figure for a supporting role would be pretty freaking sweet. Peas. Jay looks quite dashing up there.
Thank you very much. Your boy's got birthdays. Alexi's birthday was yesterday. 53. He looks great for his age, though. He says, I would think as an actor to get an action figure for a supporting role would be pretty freaking sweet. I agree. P.S. Jay looks quite dashing up there. There you go. He got some compliments from the birthday boy.
Thank you, birthday boy. I did make him a birthday video yesterday.
I've seen your shout out. I did, yeah. So what do you think, Jay, on the Tracksuit Mafia here and the army building potential?
Very surprising choice. Would have had absolutely no idea they would do this one. Going to work great as a generic thug, though, isn't it? With the mask sort of balaclava head. I'm trying to get away from MCU, but this, I suppose, could work with that mask head on there because you've got no likeness. That could be in any sort of comic book display. It would look great as just a generic thug being maybe wrapped up with Spider-Man with all those web effects we've got that can go over the chest and over the face. I'm enabling myself here live on the stream. He says no MCU, and I'm trying to buy the figure. And a Molotov cocktail accessory for Marvel Legends. Yeah. I never thought I'd see the day. Mezco have done one in the Warriors pack, but I didn't think we'd get one sort of at general retail.
You'll notice none of the promo pictures have the cocktail in it. If you'll notice, only the digital render does and the back of the box. So maybe that's intentional. I don't know, but yeah, none of the pictures actually have. Only the digital renders in the back of the box have it. You don't see any of the figures holding it. But yeah, I think that's the first time we've seen that. First time we've seen this damn golf club, and I think everything else we've seen before.
It's like half a bottle in there, so it's got like a plug so they can hold the bottle.
Yep, I guess so. Yeah.
There was a picture somewhere of it online.
It's just the digital render here.
I'm sure I saw a picture of the bottle, and it was like half a bottle with a thing in the back. Was I drinking again on Tuesday? I don't know.
There's the other picture. I don't think I've seen a picture.
I've not seen one. It sounds like Rich was drinking again.
Yeah.
You two talk. I'll look.
Okay, cool. So yeah, again, like Jay was alluding to, this has potential here because we don't often get a live action army builders by any means. This is the first from a Disney Plus show, even though yes, we've seen the Dora in the Disney Plus show before, but it has potential to go elsewhere. The great thing about Legends is that they're at a scale that so many other lines are as well. And it's just a guy in a tracksuit. Is it the most toyetic? No, as I said, no. But it's about that sort of world building aspect and the displays. Just think, The Amazing is going to get about 10 of these guys, all in balaclavas, beating up all of his Mezco figures and whatever else he's reviewing. Do you know, these are going to look great for that type of display. And it does give you a few options as well for the weapons, which are always nice. Like Rich says, I do also agree, a couple of interchangeable hands would have been nice here for some fisted hands, etc. But they are skin tone hands, so I'm assuming we've probably got some in a box somewhere. But still, especially when it's a higher price point, you would like to see heads and hands. It gave us the heads, but some hands would have been great. But Yeah, and again, fair play to the actors there. Getting an action figure for their little side role, not bad at all. Not bad at all. But it is on Pulse and in all the places you buy your Marvel Legends in the UK. Star Action Figures, In Demand Toys, Comic and Cocktails, POW. And it's... what's annoying, though, is on all the independents, it's an army builder, but they're like limited to one, which is very frustrating. And I think Target also had limits up as well, but even though it's already sold out. Hasbro Pulse in the UK, though... it was a little bit pricey, about £1 or $2 more, but it did let you order free. So always fluctuating with the prices. It's always hard to make sense of that. But I do want a few of these. I think in an ideal world, for a little display on the shelf, I think 4 or 5 would look good. A couple of them with the balaclavas on.
I haven't seen the price on this one. Is it in it $24.99 or is it a bit more because you've got so many accessories and heads? I'm assuming it's a bit more.
I'm assuming that's how they will justify it, but it is about 27, I think. If we go to UK Pulse, let's have a look on UK Pulse. I was looking at it earlier. There we go.
Then because it's an exclusive, I suppose the availability pulsing to have it in the UK, and then that's probably why the independents are limited to one. So army building then could be difficult, as you say.
Yeah. So here's the 2 pre-orders that went up. Again, these are Target exclusives in the US. Okay, there is another one we'll talk about in a second, but these are Target exclusives in the US. We've already seen Yondu single packed figure, and we've got the Tracksuit Mafia. Yondu $24.99, and if you have a look at what Yondu comes with, it is basically... Where's the product shot, actually? I've got the product shot over here somewhere. There it is. So that's what Yondu comes with. And he's $24.99. There he is.
Bought my Yondu prop. There he is on the omnibus. Which I still haven't opened, so I do need to read it, because I have literally no idea how the characters are in here.
It's got Vance Astro in the actual Legends gear as well. That's how we have him in Legends form. Now we just need the other 2. So that's what we get for Yondu, and as I said, he's $24.99, and then the Tracksuit Mafia is what, £3 more? Yeah, £3 more, and then we do get more accessories. So again, like, I don't want to get into the politics of this, but just for my own say, I am always willing to pay a little bit more to get more sometimes if it starts off at a reasonable price point. But that's got to be the reason why it's got more of a price point, right? Because
at least you do get a bit more in this for that price, because I think some of the exclusives are just slightly more because they're exclusive, and there just seems to be an exclusive £2 or £3 slapped on it. But at least with this one, you've got something with it, so a bit extra.
Yeah, and again, like, say what you say. I'm not justifying high prices. By the way, I'm with you. So I also think Legend prices should be cheaper. I'm just trying to figure out why 2 single-packed exclusives have £3 of a difference, and it just has to be the amount of accessories. You're always very logical with this, Rich. That's got to be their thinking here, right?
What's that? Sorry, I try to look for this thing. I'm completely ignoring it.
Because it doesn't exist. You're not going to find it.
Random tribute act. It definitely does. I've seen it somewhere. Someone has shown a render, and it's like half a bottle with a peg on the back so it can fit in his hand. And I don't know where I've seen it, but I've definitely seen it.
Someone DM me on it.
And I've not made it up.
It sounds like a builder bottle. You get 2, do we, and attach them together?
Yeah, you can.
If someone finds it, DM at me on Instagram and I'll bring it up on the stream. But I have not seen
it somewhere. 100%.
I believe you, Rich. I believe you. I just haven't seen it myself. That's all.
But yeah. So pricing wise, I don't know, because it's like, so it seems to be with the X-Men wave and with the Ant-Man wave, it's gone back to $24.99 in the UK.
Yeah.
And I don't see a massive step up between Tracksuit Mafia and Yondu apart from the heads, because we're not getting builder figures. So to me, $24.99 seems like a decent price for this. And we can't, I know it's MCU, but last year the army builders were like $17.99, weren't they? For those last year, I know it was last year, a long time ago, before the world went to shit again with another financial crisis.
Back in the day when we used to get retro cards regularly.
Memories.
What a great time.
Memories. But yeah, still then, it's because I'm displaying it with the actor's head, but at the same time, if they had done 2 balaclava heads, different color balaclavas, as an army builder, would that have been cheaper then? Is it because they've got to pay likenesses and stuff like that? And then is it worth it for 2 background characters? Maybe to a lot of people not. But I think, like you said, this has got potential for beyond this as army builders. I think just a street level thug with a balaclava can be used in like a lot of different displays, and you can put like different heads on that as well for like tracksuit, Scott Summers going to the gym look or whatever.
This is anyone, literally any Marvel legend and masked head now can just pop on this and off they go and join the Tracksuit Mafia. Like, you can create your own storylines. It has got pins in the arms. Rectangular said, I could tolerate the higher price if the arms were pinless. Yeah, they were very close to being a completely pinless figure. It does seem like new tooling for majority of the body, but yes, the arms do have pins. But again, that's not a hit and miss for me personally. But I know some people want everything pinless moving forward, which, why wouldn't you? I do, but it's just not going to happen anytime soon.
I think maybe we sort of overthink the pricing strategy sometimes. We try and apply logic where I think sometimes it is just they've picked a random price. Because there's so many variables. You're like, I don't quite know how you've... Mattel does it on some of their wrestling figures as well. So it isn't just sort of Hasbro. You'll have some at 20, some at 24. We have one at 28 and one at 27. So explain that. It's just random.
Don't get me wrong, it's not the funnest of conversations. And it's something I get criticised a lot for not talking about on my channel is like... But like... I can't control that aspect, do you know? And it's up to me, and it's up to everyone as an individual whether or not they also think that product is worth the price as well. Do you know? So if it isn't that worth the price for you, just don't get it. Just don't get it. Yes, it's frustrating. You may miss out on something you want, but if they're the principles you want to stand by, that's on you. But like, as a grown man with my own money, I'm going to end up buying a couple of these Tracksuit Mafia guys. That's all I'm saying. But I would have liked it to be cheaper. That's all. But there you go. They were 2 exclusives that went up. Now, 3 hours later, people, I don't know why it was 3 hours later, but another Target exclusive went up that wasn't one of these, okay? So these went up early in the day. And it was this geezer, Ant-Man. Very annoyingly, I just posted my little news video I do, and this popped up just as I pressed public on that video. So I missed out on talking about this. But it's the astonishing Ant-Man. So we are getting a brand new classic Ant-Man. Is it Scott Lang? Is it Hank Pym? I don't even know if Hasbro know the answer to that because they're very contradicting.
It's Scott Lang.
But they said there's somewhere it says Hank Pym.
No, it's Scott Lang. It says it in the blurb. It's Scott Lang.
No,
must be right.
Cool. No, cool. Even though Hank Pym wore that in the comments, never mind.
And there's no blurb on the packaging anymore either. So.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Like Hank Pym wore that in the comics. Like, that's a Hank Pym outfit for me in my brain. But the packaging says Scott Lang. So, okay. Well, anyway, we're getting a new Ant-Man.
The logo, the astonishing Ant-Man and that. It's from his first appearance when Scott Lang took over the identity. So I think it is supposed to be the Scott version, even though, like you said, it does look like the Hank version. There's not much difference between them.
It is the Hank. But, like, this can be used as a classic Ant-Man in a classic Avengers display. And we have been getting a lot of classic Avengers. But anyway, previously, the Ant-Mans that were out there are getting harder to find now. I know the last time we got a classic-ish looking Ant-Man, he was on the Pizza Spider-Man body, a little bit skinny, and he was on the retro card. And then before that, when was the time, not including the 2-pack with the modernized Ant-Man in it, when out, so if we got this version of Ant-Man with Legends in like the Hasbro era?
We haven't, have we? We had Toy Biz did the version, and we have
helmet,
we have the Bobby Vallis set he worked on. He said we really had the 3 3/4 one, but he was in a lab coat. But that was the 3 3/4 figure in the set, not the 6-inch.
Yeah,
so I don't think we have since Toy Biz days.
Exactly. So my point saying this is quite a sought after figure, especially as I said, the Ant-Man movie comes out tomorrow, people. So I'm sure people are going to be on a little Ant-Man high. So the astonishing Ant-Man single packed exclusive. Now we were just talking about accessories, people. All right. Yondu come with his bow, his arrow, the Tracksuit Mafia, 3 heads, lots of weapons. Now Ant-Man comes with 2 hands. Yes. Now, okay. Am I happy to get an opportunity to get Ant-Man? Yes. I have the retro carded version that has the little wasp, which I love, by the way. But I've not opened it. I've kept it on the retro card, hoping one day we would get the opportunity to get Ant-Man. Here is that day. He is here. Now, would I have loved an unmasked head? Yes, absolutely. I would have loved the option for a removable helmet like the Toy Biz one back in the day. That would have been great on an updated figure. It's on the Sunfire body, so it's a little bit buffer than the previous one. But I do think with Ant-Man, it's a missed opportunity. Look how white that screen is, because all he comes with is a set of interchangeable hands. What about a different scale Ant-Man, or a Wasp, or something? Like, I think an interchangeable head here, and a little Ant-Man would have been amazing. Like, that would have, like, took this set to the next level. And I would have paid an extra £3 for those accessories. I look at this and just think, yeah, it's good, I want it, but it's just missing something. But again, it's another opportunity to get a character you may not have if you're building out a comic display. So another Target exclusive. Only went up in the UK in a couple of places, but we'll talk about that in a second. First, I'll throw it to Rich. Rich, the Astonishing Ant-Man. Do you want it? Do you like it?
I do like it. I think it's a much better body than the last one we had. Of course, they could have used like a completely pinless one, like Vulcan, or like Spider-Man. Like, there's other ones they could have used. It is good. I wish it had come with like the little Ant-Man though, like the little Ant-Man and the little Wasp or something like that.
Yep, agreed.
Just like something more than what it is, or even like the ant, the ant from the Ant-Man's end, like something else. But yeah, I will get this one because I like Ant-Man. I like this version of Scott Lang, and I will put it on my shelf. Or Hank Pym. If you don't know anything else, you can pretend it's Hank to your heart content.
This is like Avengers #1 Ant-Man for me. Am I wrong in thinking that? Like,
well, it's just the blurb on the Target website says he's Scott Lang from his Astonishing Ant-Man days, so that would be like, again, like his first appearance type of thing, where he essentially had the same suit as what Hank had anyway.
I don't mind Scott Lang being Ant-Man in my display, as long as if we get a Hank Pym in a lab coat or a Hank Pym in his tracksuit. Here you go. We need an extra head now to put on the Tracksuit Mafia, and there we go. Have a West Coast Avengers Hank Pym. But I don't mind Scott Lang being Ant-Man at all. But this definitely just looks like a generic classic Ant-Man to me for my Avengers shelf. Just damn ants. Where we needed some ants. Come on, where are those accessories? Jay, what are we thinking on Ant-Man? Do you have the previous one? Are you happy for the opportunity to get this?
Yes, I have the previous sort of Peter Crouch version of Ant-Man. It's very, very lanky.
Skinny one, yeah.
So yes, this is a much better version. I tried to consult like the book collection to work out if it was Scott or Hank, but I haven't really gotten the Ant-Man, so I consulted Google. That didn't help either because they're pretty much wearing the same outfit. Yeah. So I have to agree with Rich that it's a Scott Lang. So he's got more knowledge than me on that one. I like the helmet. I think it's a very shiny helmet. Now, no filth in the comments. I know that set some people off in there, but I do like the head sculpt. I think that's a much better head sculpt than we've had on the previous one. It does look sort of more buff to go with the body. I can reiterate the same points. Where's the accessories? Where's the unmasked head? Where's the little mini Ant-Man you've already got surely a mold for anyway? They've done Marvel Universe did a 3 3/4 inch version, so like a little pack-in like that would have been great, but not to be apparently. They've done it in the 3.75 because I've just bought the retro 3.75 Ant-Man, so you could scale that with it and sort of fudge your own one together. But yeah, It needs some accessories.
Yeah, Tanga in the chat says lack of accessories. The lack of accessories is weak as hell, but I still bought the trigger. And yeah, that's sort of how I'm going to feel with this. Like, it's a character design that I want on my shelf, and it saves me from opening the retro card version as well. But yeah, the retro card version Ant-Man had a mini Wasp, and the Wasp retro card had a mini Ant-Man. If they had packed those two little accessories in here, even that would have made it nicer. But an unmasked head would have been good as well, the helmet. But again, are we being greedy or is it asking too much? Well, the price point in the UK, it's only went up in a couple of places. I'm on Comic and Cocktails now. Is $28.99. So this one, okay. So this Ant-Man with this many accessories, okay, is £1 more expensive than this one. This is why the inconsistency stresses us out as a community. Like, we want to support the line, we want to love everything. But it's just, as consumers, we get very confused, as in, like, all of this is great. We love it. But then for £1 more, you can have less. It's just a little bit confusing. And again, like, criticism's fair game, and it's just the consistency is not there for me. But I like everything. I like all the product. I want it all. But it's just, where's the consistency in the pricing? It just is very confusing. But it
is literally, like I was saying, like a random price generator, doesn't it? I was thinking of justifying the more accessories with the Tracksuit Mafia, but then I hadn't realised this one was more. So have they got like a random tumbler and just picked out a number? I don't know.
Clearly, the guy in charge is always busy playing on his phone or computer games, and they're like, "How much are you paying for this?" Throws out a price. What are you saying, Rich?
I thought you were talking to me. Sorry, because I was on my phone trying to find this bloody.
Bloody hell, you are Brandon, ain't you today? Bloody hell.
Maybe I'm Rich, and Rich is
the middle slot. Yeah.
I'll shave my head. See what happens.
Phil Jones, aka Hill Phones, he says Jay likes a shiny helmet. Is that true?
Well, I did just say I liked a shiny helmet, yes. So that is my first filth quote of the stream. I'll try to make no more.
There you go. So there you go. 3 reveals there. And I have put a poll up in the chat right now. And it quite simply asks, your favourite Marvel Legends reveal this week. Over 141 votes so far. So if a couple of people haven't voted, get that vote in. It's pretty close. It is very, very close. 38% is Retro Kraven the Hunter. 37% is Ant-Man. So literally a couple of votes there can swing it in either direction. Very, very close there. So it shows you the community want to support the classic looking, iconic Avengers characters like this Ant-Man does. Just there's always something that makes us go, but. It's that but that always puts us off. Tracksuit Mafia still has a solid 25% though. So again, people liking that one. There you go. Dan Yoon, thank you very much. This is what I like him lurking for. He says, Ant-Man is not $28.99. Should be $24.99. That means someone is upcharging. Okay. This is good. I like it. Thank you very much, Dan Yoon. Just to be clear, we appreciate that.
Daniel, when you're in the chat, the Molotov cocktail, is it like half a bottle with a peg in the back for him to hold? And there was definitely a picture somewhere, honestly. I don't know what I imagined there.
Rich will not
Do I
rest.
need to go to a meeting?
Rich will not sleep tonight unless he knows that bottle detaches from the effects piece. Can we have clarification on that? But no, Dan, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. And that is why he lurks. So yeah, that's good to know. Okay, so now that is priced at a more reasonable scale. Okay, so I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Maybe
that.
it's just the UK conversion then, because sometimes we do suffer from the UK conversion on things. If Dan's saying it's $24.99,
Yeah, so that's
stateside, it could be.
because that's on Comic and Cocktails, and I also think it's went up on Props and Replicas as well, but it hasn't went up in the sort of normal places, the rest of the other places. It's not up on Pulse UK yet either, to be fair. So yeah, very, very curious. Mad Hatter Review says Ant-Man is being sold by username F Frank. Flipper Frank, where is he? He's watching, he's lurking. But no, we appreciate
Shout out Mad Hatter, big fan of Mad Hatter, who
Absolutely.
love the turtle content.
Absolutely. I want to get him on Turtles and Tea when we can make it work, but he's just had a little one, so the man's probably got no time to make his own content, let alone jump on anyone else's. But yeah, I love his channel, absolutely. But yeah, one more time, thank you very much, Daniel, for the clarification on that. That does make me feel better. But again, as I said, I like all 3, and the chat so far still 38% Kraven the Hunter. And again, if anyone is lurking still, retro cards are great. Love retro cards. If only we could get more retro cards. Keep coming with the retro cards. Chameleon on a retro card would be great. Doc Ock on a retro card would be great. Just
Smythe on the retro card would be great.
Great, yeah. I'd take a I don't know, a Mary Jane in the yellow jumper on a retro card, or even Aunt May on a retro card.
May, yeah.
I'd take that. Rich was nodding his head. He'd have the yellow jumper. Mary Jane.
I'd take Mary Jane with a yellow jumper.
There you go.
And any Aunt May as well.
Absolutely. So yeah, there you go. Retro cards, we love it. Please keep them coming. But there you go. 3 Marvel Legends reveals, all gone up, and yeah, like them all. I do genuinely like them all. Okay, beautiful. Okay, because Jay's here, and Jay, you don't just collect Marvel. As I said, this guy, if you go and check out Jay's collection video on his channel, he has cubes and shelves dedicated to everything. So I thought today, while Jay's here, we could just take an opportunity to just talk about any toy news that we want. Now we've got the Legends out the way. Let's dive through in the world of toys. Is there anything, Jay, that has popped up this week that you're collecting? I know today there was a Dungeons and Dragons reveal.
In preparation, I've wrote some notes on the phone, and Dungeons and Dragons is top of that list.
All right,
we've also hit 150 in the chat, so I put the flashing lights on.
Nice. There you go. Should I do it as well? Where's my light?
Do let me know if it's too irritating. I'll turn them off.
I love irritating people. That's what I do. That's what I do on YouTube. Oh wait, mine don't flash. Oh no, I've broke it. Jay's took my flashing power. That's another dirty reference, Jay. You're flashing people now as well.
David Evan Smith sees that on the replay. That is
there you go. The lights are on. Okay, so I'll get up some pictures. And yeah, so Dungeons and Dragons Wave 2. What's that all about?
So they've gone up. I haven't actually. I hope they haven't sold out yet, because I was out buying a new webcam because I killed the other one, so I haven't actually pre-ordered them. So let's hope they're still in stock. So it's Wave 2 from the original 1980s cartoon that I literally had no clue about until the man just mentioned, Phil Jones, or aka Hill Phones, sent me a link to watch the cartoon. It is available on YouTube. So off I went, watched it, and yeah, I love me a wizard and all dragons and all sorts of stuff, and I'm a sucker for an 80s cartoon. So I was all in straight away. So here's Wave 2 with the characters, the main characters to complete the 6 to go with the ones from Wave 1. So you've got Presto in the middle, the magician character, Eric with the shield. He's a bit of a knob in the cartoon, Eric, to be fair, so he might be getting killed in display. And I think the lady is called Sheila, and she has vanishing cloak powers, if I've summarised that from my watch through.
Okay, so like again, this isn't for me. And by the way, in the chat, just to make Jay feel better, if anyone else also has that disease where if you watch a program and that program or movie also has action figures, then you just are compelled to go out and seek them down and buy them, because that's the disease that Jay has. If he watches a show and likes it, he wants the action figures too. And a question for Jay from Eric
Alfred Abel donated $5. Does Jay do Valaverse?
Quite simply, Eric asks, does Jay do Valaverse?
Does Jay do Valaverse? Yes, Jay does do Valaverse. So I can't stand mixing lines. It's just one of my things. I have to have things in separate cubes. So the Valaverse are over by the G.I. Joe Classified, but they are in a separate cube. So got one cube of Valaverse. Most of the figures from Wave 1, Trigger, Desert Rat from Wave 2, and the ladies are currently on pre-order with Toys R Us here in the UK.
Jay, you've got to get your plug-in game out. Jay's got a collection video on his channel right now. If you get over there, you can see his Valaverse cube in his collection video. Get over to that.
And that's why he is the super producer. Yes, there is an 80-minute tour of the entire toy collection on YouTube. It's the pinned video on the top of the channel, so give it a watch. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff in here.
Yeah. Valaverse is at 44 minutes and 3 seconds. I'm not that good.
Wonder what if it is, that would be impressive. Someone check, see what it is. Just for the new people popping in, as I said, we're trying to get Jay to 1K subscribers on YouTube. Please go and show him some love. I have pinned it to the top of the chat. It's also in the video description. So if you're not here live and you're watching on the replay, like many of you do, please show Jay some love. Go and subscribe. Link in the comments, in the description, or in the live chat right now. All right, J_collection UK, nice and simple. As soon as you see the pink, you know it's your and Jay's channel. There it is.
There it is. It's on my chair. Shout out my sister who bought me a t-shirt with my logo on for Christmas. So I'm wearing myself.
There you go. Right, back to the toys then. Okay, so again, this one isn't for me. Like, I did not watch this cartoon. Don't think I've seen a single episode. I watched the intro out of curiosity just to see what it was, but I've definitely never watched this show. But it is great to have like characters from a show that represent, like, for the first time, actual like figures actually look like what you see on the cartoon. Like, I get that joy. I have that joy this year, where in the recent years with the Toon Turtles, finally after 30 years we get figures that look like the characters on the show. So I must understand people's excitement for sure. And Little Leaf Creations throwing a gifted membership out there, and the Fossil caught it. Good catch, the Fossil. So thank you very much, Little Leaf Creations, throwing a gifted channel membership, spreading some of that positivity throughout the community, and the Fossil is receiving it. So I hope you enjoyed receiving that. Fossil, if you are in the chat lurking away, then please show some love to Little Leaf Creations for the gifted membership. That's appreciated. And there you go. It pops up on screen. The Fossil has become a channel member. Thank you so much. And there he is. Thanks very much, Little Leaf. Much appreciated. And Al Peace says exactly what we're thinking of. It's retro nostalgia. Nostalgia is definitely the key word here. Rich, is this something that, you've definitely picked up some of the Wave 1, right? So you remember this cartoon?
I got all of them, and I'll be picking up these 3 to add to them as well. I like Sheila's like cape, that it comes like normal cape and half going invisible. I don't get why Eric's grey, because he's blue. Eric's like armor bits are blue, not silver. So I don't get why they've made it silver. Yeah. See his legs and his arm. Like, they should be like blue. They are in the cartoon, so I don't get why they've gone for like silvery grey.
Don't know.
See, on the packaging is blue. If you go back.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's blue, but they've made it grey, and I don't get why.
I can't answer that. Don't know.
Just the little things that annoy me.
I have to ask Mr. Stevie. Mr. Stevie Evans will know the answer. But yeah, they went for grey. But
they're a bit more usable out the packaging than Wave 1, because my Wave 1 was super stiff. I had to literally get the hairdryer on them for ages to not break them.
My Diana was like tight as anything, but I'd read reviews first where people had like broken them. But the other 2 were fine, but I had to put Diana like in like a bowl of warm water for ages, and then like she just stays in the one position now. I don't fancy moving her again, because the pins are really small, and it seems like they would break quite easily if it was too stuck. So I've just left her alone in a one pose with a stick.
It must be good for fans of this this cartoon that, like, within a relatively short space of time now, you can complete the main team. Is there anyone missing from that main sort of crew of kids that play the game?
That's the main team done, and they've done obviously the villain. Like the one thing they could do would be Tiamat, but she's obviously the massive 3-headed dragon, so it would be like a massive figure if they did that.
Yeah, a big red 3-headed dragon, isn't it? It's in the first episode of YouTube. I was like, oh, I want that.
And like Vengar as well is like, you could do him with his horse, because like the one we've got now wouldn't be able to sit on a horse, but they could do that. There's like minor characters they could do. Like NECA, I've started doing some of the original toy line of Dungeons and Dragons, where some of those characters did appear as like one-off. So like Warduke was a character in the thing as well, so they could do those. But again, I think having done the main kids and Vengar and Dungeon Master in the first 2 waves, I don't think there's much scope left to do. I think this might be it for it. But apart from a Tiamat, I could see them doing like a deluxe Tiamat if the line sells well.
If this is all they do, though, as I said, you must be happy that you can complete the whole team. Like, and that's it, done and done there. You can just have a nice little display of the team. I wanted to throw up talking about the NECA stuff. Shout out Mr. Hill Phones himself, because he is now a featured ACBA photography artist, as his picture. Is this the war guy you were just talking about?
Yeah, that's
yeah. So Phil Jones got a nice little featured picture on the NECA official Instagram as well, which is pretty cool. So shout out Mr. Hill Phones. That's why he went to the beach today, didn't he? He was like, right, I've got to up my photography now. I'm an official ACBA artist. I take Michelangelo to the beach, and he was posting pictures of Michelangelo at the beach. So shout out Hill Phones. Always showing love. There you go.
The thing with this is they never did a line, I don't believe, of the cartoon back in the 80s.
Exactly.
They did the line based on the actual gaming, not the. So this is people's first opportunity in like 40 years. So we can see the real nostalgia for this one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I get it. I'm happy. As I said, I have no attachment personally, but it doesn't mean I'm throwing any shade on this wave at all. I think it's great that you can complete a team. They look very colourful, undoubtedly look like the animation as well, which is really important. That's always a big deal for me. Like, I know some people are like articulation snobs, but like for me, I want the figure on my shelf to look accurate to the thing that's in my head and the thing that I remember. And like, if it moves and poses up, it's great as well. And then great, it's a bonus. I can change the display every now and then, mix it up. That's why I prefer action figures and statues, because I want to be able to pick up and play with the figures occasionally. So, yeah, I'm happy for the people that love them. And Wave 2 are out, and they're up for pre-order today. And these should be around about May time, I think it said on the listing. So not too far away at all. Okay, cool. Right, I did also want to mention some Simpsons, if you don't mind. Again, this is like something that. So Super 7, people have a love-hate relationship with Super 7 as well, because no toy company is perfect, as we figured it out.
California Red Devil donated $4.99. My Dungeon Master's legs are so stiff. Heated them for a day and still won't stuck.
Oh dear, so California Red Devil says, my Dungeon Master's legs are so stiff, heated them for a day and they still won't stuck. So I guess they still won't move. Maybe cup of hot water, cup of boiling water.
He might be winding you up there, Dan, because Dungeon Master is the little packing figure that doesn't have any leg articulation.
I
think he sold you down the river on that one.
Yeah, I'm off down the river on my boat. Yeah, I'm off. Here we go. I'll be back on the river. Yeah, he got me there. He got me. Fair play. Hands up. That's the lack of knowledge and me just trying to play nice. Damn you! He gets me every time, the bastard. He hates Donatello as well. Right, where's the Donatello emojis?
Douglas going to pick up his dog from the vet. Goodbye, Abnugler.
Sad times. I hope he's okay, Abnugler. Maybe you should stop living in that well. It's a dangerous place. But sending love for the doggy. Right, okay. I wanted to get the Simpsons up, didn't I? Okay, let me get some Simpsons images. Okay, so Super 7, again, make lots of nostalgic lines. Now, the Simpsons, if you didn't know, I love Marvel, I love Turtles, but I also love Simpsons. There's me from the episode I featured in at Moe's Bar. I got myself a flaming Moe. Don't ask me which episode it is to try and find it. I forgot, but it's there. Just watch all 32 episodes, every single frame, and I'm in one of them. So I love the Simpsons. And I have a big collection of the original toy line, the World of Springfield. Now, Super 7 have been put up for pre-order for a while now, the Ultimates Simpsons. This is technically Wave 4 on the screen. But Wave 1, which includes Deep Space Homer, Mo without his apron, the Krusty Land Itchy and Scratchy, and also Poochie the dog. They are now starting to hit. So I'm thinking, okay, do I want to get Wave 1 to see if I'm in on this or not? Because Wave 4 got revealed, and I know it's got a particular version of Homer that Jay really likes. So, as you can see, Wave 4 is we have Moo Moo Homer, which is king size Homer from the episode, where he decides to get overweight so he can get disability and stay at home from work from home. He should have just got COVID. He's an idiot. He should have just got COVID. Before COVID's time. We've got Devil Flanders from the episode, from the Treehouse Horror episode, and he goes to court because he tries to claim that, because I think Homer sells his soul for a donut, I think is what happens there. And Marge claims that the soul is hers, so the Devil Flanders takes him to court. It's a good episode, like all the early Treehouse Horror ones are, so that's pretty cool. Never had an action figure, by the way. The King Size Homer has, as part of a box set in the World of Springfield line, but Devil Flanders haven't. Underneath Devil Flanders is a character that definitely has never had an action figure. It's definitely not Mike Tyson, if you're asking. It's Drederick Tatum. Time for some action. Time for some action. That's his theme tune when he comes in to fight Homer. For 10 bonus points, does anyone know the theme tune of Homer when he goes into the ring to fight Drederick Tatum? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we... So good, honestly. So I just
get demonetized for that singing again.
I know, I'm just so good. The algorithm gets me. It's like, he's playing the actual song there. But anyway, Drederick Tatum looks great. He comes with his robe, the heavyweight championship of the world, interchangeable heads, and then next to him we have Up and Atom. It's Radioactive Man. Now, I'm not sure if this is Rainier of Wolfcastle playing Radioactive Man, like he does in the show, or it is actually a representation of the comic version of Radioactive Man. I'm not too sure.
I think it's the comic book, because if it was the other one, he'd have the goggles, wouldn't he? My eyes, they do nothing.
If they didn't include the goggles as an accessory, they're missing them out. So yeah, you're right. It must be a comic, a representation of the comic Radioactive Man, not Rainier Wolfcastle. There is a 2-pack with Radioactive Man and also Fallout Boy, which is of course Millhouse, which I think I've got on display. So I'm not getting it, but it's up there somewhere on the display. So as you can tell, I love this type of stuff, and I love these deep cuts. Now, it still makes me scratch my head that they've not done in 4 waves, and we're not getting the generic Simpsons, and I don't think that they are doing that on purpose. They're giving us, we're just building a wacky shelf of Simpsons characters at this point. But Jay, I'll throw it to you because I know that was the Homer you wanted before they even dropped that tease. By the way, they dropped that tease earlier this week of that little, the little, what do you call that? I don't even know what you call it, but the little bird that drinks the water. They dropped that as a tease.
I don't know what you call it.
Do you know what it's called, Rich? Anyone in the chat know?
Knocker? Head knocker?
Knocker? Head knocker? Don't know. 10 points to anyone who knows. But anyway, I thought it was either King Size Homer or it could have been Herb, Homer's brother. But it was King Size Homer. So you're happy to see this, Jay?
I am more than happy to see this. Well, when I saw this and sent it to the missus, she could not have been more happy for me to have one of my most wanted action figures of all time. The figure she literally thinks is me. Like Homer's like ideal overweight. He's just eating more so he can sit at home and do nothing. And it's just, just so excited to actually get it. You had me going when you thinking it was actually Homer's brother Herb. I was like, oh, please say no.
I genuinely wanted this as well, for the record. I was just throwing out an alternative. That was all.
And he comes with his floppy hat and his broom and his ice cream and his cape. What more could we want with it? And it's absolutely massive when you see like the render in the packaging. So yeah, this is action figure for perfection for me. Yeah, Super 7's articulation isn't great. They take ages to come, but when they do nail one, they look, as long as it looks like the renders, which is also become a bit of an issue when they don't. But the animated stuff, I think, human likenesses for Super 7 is kind of off, but animated stuff is their jam. This is their bread and butter, and this is just perfection for me.
Cloud confirms for us, it's just called a drinking bird. So we were all overthinking it there. It's the head knocking drinking bird. He comes with his fat guy hat, which makes me laugh because I think Lisa shouts to him, "What you doing?" And he's like, "I'm washing my fat guy hat, honey." And he's just sat there watching it go around the tumble dryer. A medal, which he gets at the end of the episode because he actually falls into a vat and saves Springfield. The broom that he uses when he's on the sofa to poke the computer, and all the Bart and his mates are watching him through the window. He's got his cape as well that he wears to go to the movies, I think. The drinking bird that he says he's covering from work. So good. So I really like it. Happy for the opportunity to get it. Wave 4 though, so you're not going to see this for at least a year. But
the year's probably optimistic, probably 18 months, but that's good for the wallet because at least you haven't got to pay for it until then. And yes, you obviously pre-order direct from Super 7, but all the other retailers.
I'm going to set you a challenge, Jay, all right? When this comes out, I want you to review this figure or this whole wave in Homer's Moo Moo. All right? You've got 18 months to track one down. They exist. And Homer's Moo Moo review, if wearing Homer's Moo Moo in the review would be hilarious.
It's the way to go. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be good. I look forward to that in a year's time. There it is with the drinking bird. Very
look at that. Yeah. See, that's just beautiful. I'm just going to gush over these, by the way, people. So yes,
there's a Radioactive Man. So yeah, the comic version, not the actor version. Only one head there. Big American flag. I think the American flag is because on one of the comic issues is holding the flag. I think there's an episode of it. Might be Radioactive One number 1. Not too sure. Trader, as I said, comes with all the stuff. If it lets me click it, there you go. Never had an action figure of him. Not even in the World of Springfield line. This is pretty cool. Lucius Tate, I think, as well, is his sort of manager, who is a parody of what's his name?
Don King.
Don King, that's the one. Yeah, exactly. So they're pretty funny.
That's definitely not Mike Tyson.
Yeah, definitely not. If anyone else, definitely not. And then there you go. There's Homer Flanders with the contract to sell your soul. What would you sell your soul for, Jay? Would it be a donut, or would you ask for a little bit more?
I'll probably ask for a little bit more than a donut. I don't know. I'll have to have a think about that one. I'll get back to you.
I would answer the question, but I already sold it to Hasbro. All right. So Hasbro got my soul. I'm joking. Rich, what would you sell your soul for?
2 donuts.
2 donuts. I knew it.
All this bloody quality of cocktail picture, which I definitely
doesn't exist.
Seen.
Doesn't exist.
It does exist somewhere. It's a good job you had Jay on the show today because I've been useless now. Just looking through all my history, through everything. I've definitely seen it somewhere.
Rich, what's your fandom with Simpsons?
So I like the Ned Flanders. Is that from Halloween of Horror?
Yeah.
There? Yeah. I like that one. I like them all as well. I saw Twine Around's video, and it comes with the fucking panda, which is just like a bit joke in the back.
Yeah,
it's like in the crate. So it's like I've got Simpsons figures, but I've never like collected it fully. But I would get like the main family, which I know they've said they're gonna like focus on these like side bits. But I would like the main 5 Simpsons, please. That would be great. Thank you.
They're on the shelf.
Yeah, I'd love the main family as well because I don't have any of those World of Springfield figures or the Lego figures, so it would be great to get them in their usual form.
Okay, so the World of Springfield figures are like really, really nice. They definitely pop on the shelf. Now they hardly articulate by any means, but like they just look like as I said, they just look like the cartoon. They're so good. Like, and the World of Springfield, you got play sets. Like you got little environments, and they had little chips on them as well at the bottom of their feet where they'd actually speak like on the display. But like most of mine are still on card. I think I've got like Moe's Tavern. I think I've got the arcade. I think I've got the Old People's Home. I've got the one with Kang and Kotos, which Super 7 are doing. They look really good. But yeah. The World of Springfield figures are really, really nice. NECA and the 25th anniversary did do a range of like celebrities for that fit-in scale with these. But since then, we've never had any adult like collector's action figures. Obviously, the Simpsons exploded. There's merch. You can find like Simpsons everything. Simpsons has been merchandised to absolutely everything. So, but we haven't had action figures in a while. So Super 7 seems to have got pally with Disney. Obviously they're doing the Disney line as well. And Simpsons, they're toyetic. They are very, very toyetic. So it makes sense. I was very happy to see the opportunity to do this. So I think I'm meant to get Wave 1 here.
It's always still on as well. It's like whenever
Yeah.
I turn on the TV, it's like this or Friends always seems to be on some channel. So it's like I watched yesterday was the Bleeding Gums Murphy, where he dies, and our jazz man.
And in the sky, it's like Simba. And it's like,
go away, I need to
Rebel
speak to
Scrotum
Lisa.
Vegan Spirit
It's like Darth Vader
$5.
shows up everywhere,
These are
don't they?
a
One
pass
after
for
the
me,
other.
even though I'm a huge simp for
Super chat
Simpsons,
from your boys
even
got-
the new stuff. I'd be tempted by their arcade game superhero costumes.
Sorry, your boys got toys. We were talking there. We were all excited for Simpsons. So is he, because he says your boys got the embiggened spirit, which is Jebediah Springfield's stupid catchphrase. He says, these are a pass for me, even though I'm a huge simp for the Simpsons. Even the new stuff, ! Because again, I think it's just... people just jump on that bandwagon and saying the new stuff's crap without actually watching the new stuff. I'm tempted by the arcade game superhero costumes. I again, it's one of those lines where I know Super7 are trying to avoid the original family, but if they just did the original family out of the gate, you get people on board, get them loving the product, and then go crazy. But give the people what they want. Do you know what I mean? You'd get the casual Simpsons fan buying the family, where you need to be a little bit more hardcore to want a Dredrick Tatum on your shelf. Do you know what I mean? But I'm eager. There's 4. This is the 4th wave. There are others. You can get Ralph, Kengan, Kotos. I think Krusty the Clown, Bartman. But yeah, there's reviews already up and about for the first wave. The only frustrating thing about Wave 1 is that Mo is missing his damn apron. So it's just you got to pay Chase with Super7 to make sure you get that apron. But yeah, they look good. So I think I will get Wave 1 and then I'll go from there. But I do love The Simpsons. And Jay's always finding space to display things, right? Look at this little section of the wall here, right? So underneath this frame, there's a little section. I reckon I can put a shelf there, Jay, and display some Super7 Simpsons figures, right?
I think you could.
Yeah.
They're probably so big, the Kangen Kodos look huge in the prototype, so you may not fit many in there, but
It's all right.
expansion will be needed.
Yeah, well, it's all right. Wave 1 can go there for now, and then I'll figure it out later. But there you go. Mo apron, says Tariq. Yeah, no apron, annoyingly. He should, but the factory forgot to pack it or something like that. Okay. In your notes there, Jay, is there any other toy news that you wanted to bring up today?
Toy news in my notes. Let's have a look what I wrote down. TMNT Turtle Van. There's been an update on the
Not wrong.
on the Turtle Van. Where I believe they've. Oh, Rich is in there with breaking news.
Did you see the news today as well? Street Fighter Turtles comic book. Dan, you might actually get into Street Fighter
Do you know what?
at last.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that image. I think Tanner might have sent it me somewhere. Sent it in one of the groups.
There do seem to be a lot of Street Fighter fans. I was gathering yesterday, including myself. So I think Dan needs to get in there, get himself a Marvel vs. Capcom display. Please let him know in the chat.
Yeah,
I think Dan needs to buy Street Fighter Jaded Toys.
I may be tempted to. Just as I said, just as an action figure fan, I think I put in my Amazon basket, Jay, the game that you sent me a link to as well. By the way, I nearly checked out. I think I still might.
It's only £12. It's the 30th anniversary edition. It's got all the classic versions on there. I've got it, and I paid a lot more than £12 for it. So.
Yeah, no, I think I might just to play it, just to remind myself who these characters are. But this Tanner sent me this earlier, so it's legit. IDW, they are doing the Turtles versus Street Fighter as an actual comic. So there's going to be storylines, characters, and all of that. And yeah, there you go. So that'll be interesting. So we already know that Street Fighter and Turtles are pally because Playmates have released those 2-packs. And I think, Rich, you got one of those 2-packs, right? You got Chun-Li.
I got Chun-Li and I got Michelangelo by the side of me. There you go.
See?
Michelangelo as well.
See, there he is. So, yeah, they have already started doing some product. But again, we can create our own worlds here. Now, there are technically no figures to represent the IDW Turtles, but we do have many versions of the Turtles you can choose to display, whether it be Playmates, Super7, NECA, or even Loyal Subjects. I think the Turtles, the whole squad now as well. So those Jaden toys, if you buy them, you can pick and choose what Turtles you display them with. But I'm not going to lie, lads, I think I'm tempted now, especially at the price point and how good those Street Fighter figures look. I think if I just play a few games of Street Fighter, it'll all come back to me and I'll be like, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm in. Especially once you guys are talking about it constantly. I feel left out. I'm like, I want to get involved with this.
Just watch a couple of videos at midnight on YouTube like Jay does, and you'll be like full in, man.
Well, if I buy the game, the arcade game won't take me long to go through, right? Because that's just a straight line, isn't it? It's just fight. You go around the world, right? Or is that Mortal Kombat? No, it's Street Fighter.
Yeah, you go around the world.
You go around the world.
You get the story then as well, Dan. You get the endings, find out more about reading the comic books, watching the Kylie Minogue movie.
God, I'll be all in at this point.
So many things for you.
So yeah, that was good news. And the other news was the Turtle Van. Now I'm not too sure where I can quickly try and find a picture of the Turtle Van update. Let me have a look. NECA Turtle Van update.
If they did an interview, they sent an email out including a link to an interview with Veeps and the Foosh, just showing off the updates. And I know Mad Hatter did a video update pretending it was his, which the missus was watching, and absolutely hilarious laughter on the floor. And I was like, no, that's not actually his video. He's edited this together so it was a joke.
But I haven't seen the video. Is he like talking to?
Yeah, he's pretending he's talking to Trevor from NECA.
That's pretty
instead
good.
of Veeps. It's really, really quite funny.
That's really good. That's why I like Mad Hatter. He's a funny guy. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we have Trevor here now live with us. His camera's crashed, just like yours did earlier, Jay. Oh, what a shame. Well, at least it froze at the perfect time where he can show off the Turtle Van for us. So they have updated the van, so it's like it's not got much of a hump roof, and I think that was the joke of them revealing that yesterday because it was hump day, and they have flattened the roof a little bit. They also showed off some panels for the inside. They've got the car door opens up, obviously, with the turret gun seat in it, but you also have a panel for the turret seat, the gun down, so when your doors close, you ain't got the gun in there. So I'm in on this. I pre-ordered this. I'm in already, so it's just a waiting game for me at this point. Jay, you're in on this one as well, right?
Yeah, this is the only van I've gone in on, unlike some of the people here that have gone in on multiple vans. But the cartoon is my full nostalgia. Love that line. It's literally just sat over there waiting for dioramas and vehicles to come. So really looking forward to this one. And I think the roof does look better, sort of elongated a bit. So, and it has lights. I didn't even know it had lights until he said yesterday. So yeah,
Trevor tried to act like that was knowledge we all knew, but I don't think it was. Like, I didn't think this had electronics by any means. Your boys got toys in the chat said, thanks to Underground Arsenal van, we got LED headlights and tail lights. So yeah, clearly it probably is because of stuff like that, where they're like, okay, wow, we need to give it on now. But yeah, this is also the reason I didn't get the Underground Arsenal one. Like, I know that one looked all well and good, but like, it wasn't officially licensed. And I'm like a sucker for that type of stuff. Like, I want the legit stuff on my shelf. Like, so yeah, this is it. This is the Toon Turtle Van. Rich, like, you're not in on the Turtle line at all, but do you like the look of the van?
No.
No, fair enough. All right, fair enough. All right, cool. Thanks, Trevor. See you next time. Hopefully his camera's working a bit better. Okay, yeah, I found that picture quite quickly. I'm just having a quick look in regards to other news. Anyone in on the Indiana Jones stuff? That whole rest of the wave has now went up for pre-order.
It's more expensive than the first two.
What? Oh, for God's sake, let's not talk about price again. Dan Newman will get Patrick on the phone, and that's what's going on.
The first two were like much cheaper than I thought they would be. I think it was like an introductory sort of tempt you into the line.
Buy the first issue for £2, and the next issue is $19.99.
Yeah, I went in on the first two because Tote and Indy, of course. Now I think I will go on the rest of this wave. I'm definitely going to get wave one here to sort of get them in hand for myself. I do love Indiana Jones. We're going to get the new film as well, which will make everyone a little bit itchy. I always do a rewatch as well as we get closer to new films. I've just recently, like literally yesterday and the night before, watched Ant-Man and the Wasp to prepare myself or to refresh my memory for the new Ant-Man. So I will do that again for Indiana Jones. What are you laughing at there, Rich? You're laughing at me for watching Ant-Man again?
No, I'm not laughing. I was
okay.
like, oh yeah, I agree. I do that as well.
Oh, okay.
No, I
You're
wasn't
laughing
like
at me
being
then.
like, ha ha ha.
So anyway, I'm going to watch all 4 of the previous Indiana Jones films. That's right. I won't skip the 4th one. I'll still watch it because we will get toys for that 4th film. It will happen. Yeah. Did you go in on those first 2 indie toys, Rich?
Yeah, I've got them both pre-ordered, but of this one, I've only pre-ordered Mario, and I haven't bothered with the other 2 yet. I'm gonna wait
in the temple. Yeah. Should have got a mountain face for him, or just take his head off like his head exploded because it melts pretty quickly. Jay, now you didn't know you didn't have no attachment to Indiana Jones, am I right? Because you just knew these as like mounty face guy, and indie, right? You didn't know their names and stuff. So
you are correct to start with, yes,
Yeah.
Belty Face.
So where do you land with Indiana Jones? Are you in? Have you pre-ordered? I think you did, right?
I did pre-order the first 2, and I've since watched the first 3 Indiana Jones films on multiple occasions.
Oh, that's a good thing, yeah.
Yeah, the missus hates it because she just finds it too scary. How that first film was a PG, she was just shocked. So, yeah, I've been on a big rewatch. My mate Matt, who does all the Lego videos at the Detached Brick, they're getting Lego versions as well of all the Indiana Jones sets. So he hadn't seen it either. So we've been sort of rewatching it together on a sort of like Saturday night watch through and counting all the crazy kills you get in the PG films. So we're having quite fun with them. So yeah, I will be definitely getting some more of the Indiana Jones figures.
Yeah, very good. In the chat, people, California Red Devils like 4th film ? Sorry to say it, there was a 4th film. Donatello weren't in it though, so you'll be fine to watch it. I think he means the 5th. No, I meant 4th. There are 4 films, and I meant the Dial of Destiny is the 5th film. That's what I mean. The 4th is coming, says California Red Devil. Okay, he's completely ignoring the Shia LaBeouf one with aliens. That's right, aliens. It makes no sense. Also, by the way, if you're in a nuclear blast, just find a fridge. You're good to go, all right? Good to go. Just get in your fridge. Clear it out in your fridge. You'll survive the nuclear blast. Don't even worry about the radiation that's around you when you come out of the fridge. It dissipates really quickly.
I did get to the fridge scene. I started watching that when I saw the famous fridge scene and thought, no, I'm just going to stop now.
Yeah, the radiation just dissipates really quickly. It's just it's logic. Yeah, that 4th film is it is what it is. Clearly, people have erased it from their brain. But the rest of the wave have went up, and we already know there's loads of pre-orders for the next figures as well. Anyway, I think I was just on Toy Arc here. Let's just have a go through Toy Arc. Oh, you went for Evil Lyn, right? Masters of the Universe. I think shout out Hill Phones who hooked you up with this, right, Rich?
Hill Phones got me one because I was in work and I was scared that it would sell out, even though I don't think it did. Hill Phones got me one. Hooray!
There you go. So you as well, Jay, in on these?
I'm not in on Masterverse anymore. I'm 100% on Origins, but I've been selling Masterverse to buy classics. So I've just got some new classics in today. So
you got Cowl and Loki.
I've got Cowl. I won't tell you how much I had to pay for literally 2 accessories, but yeah. And Trapjaw, after Hermes decided to lose him for 8 days, has turned up today.
Oh, at least you've got him. Yeah, at least he's right.
So.
Yeah, okay, cool. So Jay's got rich blood then, clearly. He's going for the most expensive Masters line you could buy.
What? You always you start off with a cheap one and then you're like...
You're great!
First one you can find.
I've literally got a box sat to my left of all the Masterverse. I was like, no, right, they're getting sold. I don't like them. I want them to look like the Super7 figures, like the classics did, because I want them all to match. Again, another one of my things. They've got to kind of match in places, so... Yeah, but no, it wasn't a very good financial decision, let's say. But,
no, they will look great on the shelf, though, undeniably. And they look like what you want represented. It was all well and good. There is a Hot Toys Batmobile and Batman.
It's beautiful.
Shout out Trevor16 Shooter. I'm sure this is right up his alley. Not for me, too rich for my blood. But again, because now the trailer has come out for The Flash. Quick thoughts on that. We don't really talk about trailers as much here, but I'm sure people have watched it. Rich, a trailer for The Flash. Do you like it? Are you excited for that movie?
Yeah, it's revealed a lot more than I thought it would. Though there was I think I said there was 3 things I didn't realize were 3 cameos or whatever that I didn't realize were going to be in the movie, and they showed them in that trailer.
What were the 3? You can say them. They're in the trailer.
No, let people go and watch it. I'm not gonna spoil it for people.
It's in the trailer.
No, but still, some people don't want to know, and it was no.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
But there was people you knew were going to be in it. You knew there was going to be a Batman and you knew there was going to be a Supergirl, but there was other things then that appeared that you didn't know were going to be in it. And I was like, oh, this looks quite good.
It was when the Condiment King popped up and I was like, aha, nice, live action, finally. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's hopefully then going forward, this will be because it's going to be a closure now, isn't it? Rather than the start of the DC extended universe.
It's a reset, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of going to close that era out, and then there'll be new things going forward.
What about you, Jay? The Flash?
Yeah, that was kind of a mind-blowing trailer, really. I wasn't actually expecting too much from it, and one of the reveals that I really didn't think would be in there. Relating back to some other film in the Snyderverse at the start of the Snyderverse, I was like, oh, Ooh,
Oh,
very
yeah.
good.
Okay, fair enough. I know what you're talking about
That
now.
was my most exciting bit of the trailer because obviously, I think we can probably say Michael Keaton Batman's there because he's clearly on the screen and he's all over the advertising.
Yeah.
But so we were expecting that. Yeah, to see him in the outfit again is just pure nostalgia from being a little kid with that little VHS tape I had of Batman '89. So that's going to be great on the big screen.
Fan service. When in the trailer, he's like, I'm Batman. Like, it's just fan service all day long. But people eat it up. People love that stuff. Tariq is in the chat. He's completely right. He said the Flash looks like Batman No Way Home, which he's not wrong in a way. Go and watch the trailer, people. You'll see what we're talking about. And yeah, there was a whole like. You got to see like an upgraded version of the old school Batcave because obviously now technology is so much better than back in the day. So yeah, you've seen different bat suits and yeah, blue and grey bat suit there from in the background.
I'm surprised because of all the negative press they got with the Ezra Miller. I'm surprised they didn't rename it to being like Flashpoint because it seems to be like from the trailer. There's a lot more than it just being a Flash story. I know the Flash is central to it, but they just with like all the other things that happen in it, it seems to be bigger than that. So I don't get why they didn't rebrand it. Like they might have like, because I think that there's a lot of there's been a lot of negative press leading up to it, but I think that trailer maybe helped a lot in like people being like, oh, actually this does look good.
Yeah, same for me. Like I didn't have many high hopes for it either, but yeah, the trailer definitely intrigued me. I'm not one of these DC haters anyway. Like I always found something I liked from all of the films. But yeah, this one looks really good. And again, I'm a sucker for nostalgia. I love Michael Keaton Batman too. So that was the first live action Batman I ever seen. You know, so it's crazy to think in 2023 we're going back there. But again, we're a sucker for this stuff. So I'm all in. And McFarlane is like, I think I seen a meme of like that guy leaning from behind the tree rubbing his fingers, and it was just like McFarlane with the new Batman movie because he's going to make toys for all of it, and there are already loads of leaked listings for figures. So yeah, you're gonna get masked head versions, you're gonna get unmasked head versions, you're gonna get look into the side versions of Batman. You're gonna get so many variants of Batman from McFarlane, but I'm sure he'll do vehicles and all of that. But yeah, there you go. What are your rules with DC collecting there, Jay? Are you in on the live action stuff as well as the regular?
Oh, DC rules. So I've collected McFarlane, I sold McFarlane, I collected McFarlane, now he's off the shelf again, he's in the sale pile. So he's had to go along with a lot of the MCU stuff. I pretty much all in on Mafex and Mezco DCs. Batman the animated series, again, like Spider-Man, was my gateway in, so I've got all the figures, pretty much nearly all the figures from the DC collectibles Batman animated line. Luckily, when they were still at retail price, not their crazy aftermarket prices now. And I've got some of the Beast Kingdom sort of 9-inch scale Batman movie figures because they are going to do Jack Nicholson Joker. It's literally just been released, I think, stateside, along with Michael Keaton Batman. So I wanted Jack Nicholson Joker for so many years. So the fact that they're doing it in that scale, I sort of changed my DC away from sort of McFarlane movie stuff to focus on the Beast Kingdom so I could have stuff in scale with the 89 Joker and Batman.
What's pretty funny is that McFarlane is genuinely going to get out a Michael Keaton Batman quicker than Mezco, and Mezco announced theirs like 3 years ago. Like, McFarlane's going to be taking the piss and like announce it and 3 days later reveal it. So yeah, figures are coming. Talking about McFarlane, more the Batman figures popping up, but this is the Dark Knight sort of trilogy, Dark Knight Returns, Dark Knight with the Joker, Two-Face, Scarecrow and the Builder-figure being Bane. I'm not a big fan of the McFarlane aesthetic when it comes to live action representations, so I as I said, I step away. But does this intrigue anyone? Or is it just McFarlane trying to make some more Bat money?
They seem quite popular in sort of chats and seen online chatter I've seen about them. So actually you can get sort of the main characters there and the build figure for his sort of £20 retail price.
Look good as well. I think on like the Joker and on Two-Face, they got quite detailed head sculpts, quite good likenesses.
If you want a cheaper representation of characters from this movie on the shelf, then yeah, why not? Why not? It gives you another option. But I always thought that like the Mafexes of the world did great representations of that movie. But as you said, you can buy this whole wave for less than £100 probably, and have 5 main characters, and £100 will get you one Mafex if you're lucky, because they go for a pretty penny on the aftermarket. So again, options are never a bad thing and there's always going to be someone out there that wants some, because the Dark Knight's amazing. So
I liked when these were announced, and I think it was Toy Fast was like the Build-A-Figure is going to be like Rachel Dawes, but it's like she's going to be in pieces.
Yeah, I've seen that. I'm just having a scan through here, see what the other toy news in the world. But I think, McFarlane have got toy news every bloody week. Like, every day, look at this, McFarlane. You actually like this, don't you, Rich?
What are we looking at now? Yeah, Impulse, 100% Impulse. I'm here for Impulse for my Young Justice crew. It's like you can go with Superboy and Robin as well. Just need now to get to the girls, so Wonder Girl, Arrowette, and the Secret, and I will be happy.
Look, we know McFarlane doesn't like doing the females, right? He doesn't want to encourage those serial killers of the world.
He'll do Red Tornado and then like Little Lobo and the Ray next, and we'll never get the girls.
Yeah, all right. All right, lots of...
Do you know what, though? That would be a McFarlane thing to do, that you would give us Wonder Girl before Wonder Woman. We're never going to get our Wonder Woman.
That'll be the last one he does. That'll be the last one he does before the license ends. He'll be like, okay, fine, you can have Wonder Woman. And then he'll close the door. Okay, cool. So, all right, we've got the last 20 minutes here, so we'll throw it to the chat. The chat can sort of lead the conversation now for the rest of this. We're here for a little bit longer. Again, the poll is still going in the chat, and it seems like Kraven the Hunter has sort of went up just a little bit now. So he seems to be people's favourite reveal from the week in regards to Marvel Legends. Kraven the Hunter with 40%, Ant-Man just behind that at 37%, and it was good to get word from Dan Yoon, the man himself in the chat, who confirmed that the price point on Ant-Man would be a more regular price, not the exclusive price, which is good to know. And then the Tracksuit Mafia is there at 23%. So, keep those votes coming in. 179 votes. Let's see if we can push that up to past the 180 mark. So if you haven't voted in the live poll yet, get involved and I'll read that out before the end of the show. And remember, the actual pinned comment is for Jay's YouTube channel. So let's see if we got Jenny subscribers today. Okay, we've went up to 618. So a few people have went over, right?
Thank you, everybody.
I'm assuming there's already a bit of crossover anyway. Like hopefully the majority of people already here were already subscribed anyway, because that's how nice they are. But if you haven't subscribed yet to Jay's channel and you're watching this show right now, then what are you waiting for? Show some love. Go and hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny. And go and check out some videos. All these collections we're talking about. He's got a whole video showing all that off. So go and check that out. What is your most popular video, Jay? Let's find out.
I think it's the old Sky Striker unboxing.
Very good, very good. And do you still have all those figures that you could show off for us on screen?
Sore subject here. I have some. No.
Okay, fair enough.
I have sold the figures. Hang my head in shame. I did sell them for more than the Sky Striker cost. So. Look. Throw me out.
No, not at all. Look, I'm not at all. As I said, like, the HasLabs, you can hate or love the concept, but the point is there's always going to be someone out there that got FOMO or maybe wanted to just get something from there, and there's always going to be an opportunity to sell it in pieces and parts down the line. I always remember the first HasLab, the actual figures from the Star Wars sold for more than the original HasLab on their own. So, again, pick and choose. There's no harm in that. You've got yourself a nice Sky Striker for the shelf, and then someone else has got themselves the rest of the figures, even though Rich is left without a Scarlet, which is sad times. He had a space for it and everything, and he was like, if only Jay reached out to me. I don't want to put pressure on him to sell it, but if he does, I'll be there. And then it's gone.
You're lucky you're tonight, to be honest, Jay. Lucky everyone else was not available.
But yeah, there you go. So go and check
my head in shame. Hang my head in shame. It's the only way to fund the collection, though. Really, it's like I do a lot of sort of selling of the older thing, because I collected WWE for years and years from all the Jakks figures, but every single one of those is gone. Pretty much all the Toy Biz legends have gone, and then that money just goes back in to try and. I have so many. That's my problem. I like too many lines. If I could focus, it would be all right. But I'm terrible at focusing. So something's always got to go on the sale pile to make room and try and make the fun. So it's literally trying to.
It's a revolving door, isn't it, in the collection room? And that's all the fun as well about collecting. Like, there's no finish line. It's like part of the fun of collecting as well is the thrill of the chase, like trying to build out teams, trying to get yourself a good deal, trying to like spend time hunting for it. Every night before I go to bed, the last thing I do is scroll down my save lists on eBay. I'm not even joking. Like I've got my save lists, and before I go to bed, I scroll through them all, make sure nothing has popped up, and then I go to bed. Like I enjoy the chase and the thrill of the hunt as well. So I get it. Like, okay, I'm bored of this now. I like this Bella. Let's sell this on and move this on. So no, it's all part of it. And I'm sure, again, you're not the only person that does that. Home Dude in the chat says, I got all the HasLab Joes only. I am predicting right now that the cost of the Cobra Commander on the retro card will go for more than the Hiss Tank originally went for. I reckon that'll be the case. Someone out there will be crazy enough to pay the money for that. So, yeah, that's the only HasLab coming this year, I think. The Ghostbusters one's already arrived. And then I don't think any of us made it, right? I know. Okay, cool. But yeah, Joe's. I don't think they did they? I'm trying to rack through the different HasLabs, but no, just
no. The Sky Striker was the last one, and obviously the Marvel and the Star Wars didn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
I still don't have my Rancor. I had to go and get a vintage collection Rancor.
He works on his shelf though. It's like Michael's Bring Toys to Work. His little Ranky. He has a little Ranky on here popping up on his Instagram from occasion.
He has more than one Ranky. I think he's got three thrice on the Ranky.
So yeah, it works. It works for a display. It's still a representation of that character. I reckon it works. So yeah, there you go. What was I gonna bounce back to? I can't remember what I was gonna bounce back to. Let's have a see what the chat's saying. Let's see if I can get the chat up on the screen while we're talking away here. Okay, if you're in the chat, again, we're here for the next 20 minutes max here, and then we get out of here.
I'm disappointed no one found my picture for me either.
You still haven't found it either, right?
No, I'm probably on a list now all the times I've typed Molotov cocktail into various search engines as well. But never mind.
You're going to get what happened to those Twitch streamers where people phone the police on them and like while they're streaming they get SWAT teams coming in? Have you seen that?
But why would we want that to happen?
No, I don't want it to happen. I'm saying it might happen to you right now. It's an incentive for people to keep watching for the next 20 minutes because Rich may get swatted.
Me die. Thanks for that, Dan.
No, you won't die. Not in the UK. They just bruise you with their blunt weapons. Okay, maybe that will happen. Maybe it won't. Who knows? We'll find out. Clockwork Orgy says, "What's up, Pooh Crew? What's up? How you doing?" Collecting Rush. He's not in a rush to collect. He hates it when I say that, but I'm going to say it every time to annoy him. He says, "We are allowed to talk about HasLabs without controversy. Don't you start collecting Rush. We can say whatever we want." Phil Jones says HasLab's Transformers Deathsaurus is due fall 2023. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yes, that is another one. Is that the one that had a throne? I think it did. The Fossil says, "Hello, wow, remember Rich M? Yeah, that guy who's Googling Molotov cocktails." The casual
Rich, are you sure that you haven't confused this with?
No, I'm not. I am 100% sure that I saw this on either a sculptor or someone that worked at Hasbro had a picture of it, and it was like a half thing. I've seen it somewhere. I have not made it. I'm not even like because I wasn't even drinking on Tuesday, right? So I know I haven't made this up in my head. The only thing I can think of is if it's for like a different line. But
that's what I was going to say.
I've looked at everything else because I know Shartimus like Shady Street Humans as well this week. I've gone through all them. It's definitely not them. It's definitely this green bottle with a flame on it. It's definitely real. And when this comes out, I will be right. And it's the half bottle with a peg in it to hold in his hand, right? I'm 100% on this.
There's a Storm Collectibles Streets of Rage 4 Axel figure. That comes with a green bottle and it's in half.
I've got Axel. It's not Axel.
It's not
I've been looking at it in front of me, right? I've got all bases covered, man.
Arvin in the chat says, "I'm going to watch Ant-Man in 3 hours, and the critic score has got me nervous." Yeah, just try not to focus on stuff like that and just take it for how you want to. You know, I try not to bother too much about critic scores and stuff.
I don't care. Like my brother's like that. He would only go and see like things that have got an IMDb rating over like a certain amount. Yeah. But it's like some of the films they say are good are shit. Yes, and some of the films they say are shit are really good. It's like it's personal preference, isn't it? Absolutely. My favourite film is Romy and Michelle's High School Reunion. There's probably no one else's favourite film in the world, but is the greatest film ever made. They should make figures of that. Get on that, Storm Collectibles.
No idea. Yeah, I'm the same as Rich. Just take it for yourself. Like, don't worry about stuff like that. Like, I'm just always excited because I always consider the MCU like a big book, and this is just every film's like another chapter, another page, whatever you want to say, and like it's another step in the MCU. Like, and we're going to see Kang. Like, we're actually going to. This is the Kang that is going to be like the big antagonist as well. Like, He Who Remains, he's come and gone. This is a different variant. This is the Kang that's going to be the big bad. So I'm curious to see Jonathan Majors play him. And I've just watched the last 2 Ant-Man films, and Paul Rudd's just so funny. There's so many little stupid little lines and stuff. I am excited for it. I see it tomorrow at 6 p.m. I think, after work. Ooh. Amanda's not very well, so she said she may not go. So fine, I've got a seat for my popcorn then, because I'm definitely still going. So yeah. What about you, Jay? When are you going?
Where myself and Cheeky Monkey are booked in for 10 to 8 tomorrow night. Okay. Yeah.
I'm getting old. I don't like going to cinema late. Like, I want to be in bed early now. I'm an old man. Amanda's like, shall we see this film? What time's it on? 9. We won't get home for midnight? No way. I'm not seeing it. I'm too old. I want a cup of tea by then. Rich, you're not seeing it tomorrow now, right? You're babysitting, so you're next week maybe?
Next Thursday, because the kids are off on half term, so I'm taking them next Thursday. Not my kids, my brothers, okay?
Rich has really got 6 kids. He just hides it very well. Yeah, no, that's good. Share the joy with the kids. Did the nephews like the MCU?
Yeah, we went and saw Wakanda Forever. They liked that film. They liked the Eternals, or they thought the Eternals was the best thing they've ever seen, and they didn't like, what was the one in between?
I could have got them loads of MCU figures for £2
they didn't like
this week.
They didn't like Doctor Strange, and one of them cried when Wanda went really evil, and we had to go and sit outside for a bit. Oh, wow. And I was really annoyed because I had to go sit outside.
I would have sent.
I want to watch the film, but can I?
You go sit outside on your own in this dangerous neighborhood, and I'll watch this.
Yeah, but the other one stayed. The other one wouldn't come out. I was like, "Come on, we need to go." Your brother's upset. I'm staying there watching it. I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, I wouldn't give a shit if my brother cried either. I'd be like, tough. Fuck that guy. Yeah, I could have got him a tunnel figure for £2 a pop. I seen them on the table at Forbidden Planet. Still don't want them. Doom Customs, thank you very much for the super chat.
Doom Customs donated $25.
Thank you so much.
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion is epic. Nice to see you, gentlemen. You make my Thursday.
Doom Customs, with your generous super chats, you make my Thursday. Honestly, thank you so much. And I think you've just made a best friend in Rich, because he says, Romy and Michelle's high school reunion is epic. See you, gentlemen. You make my Thursday. I don't even know what that film is, Rich. Is that something I need to see?
It's Lisa Kudrow and Mira Sorvino.
So
it's kind of like
Phoebe from Friends.
Yeah, it's kind of like Night of the Roxbury or Dumber and Dumber but with girls. So it's like
okay.
they live in and they haven't been successful. It's their high school reunion, so they decide to lie about what they've done and go back to high school.
Oh, that sounds like a pretty funny premise. To be fair, okay.
It's a very stupid film, and there's like a dream sequence that lasts an hour. But it depends. I was at the age where I went and saw that in the cinema and I thought it was the best thing ever, and it's still been the best film I've ever seen.
Wow, statements there. Statements. Chi-Chi collects us. Good morning, Dan, Rich, and Jay, and chat. Chi-Chi, where are you in the world if you've just woke up? I'm always curious. I'm sure you probably said.
Australia, I think.
Is it Australia? Bloody hell. Down under. You're on a different continent, different... And yeah, you're miles away. You're in the future. You're living in the future. Jay, have you heard of Romy and Michelle's high school reunion?
I have not. No, I'll have to. It sounds like something the Cheeky Monkey would like, so I'll get the missus on that one.
Okay.
I think my favourite film it always goes between two. It's Terminator 2 or Clockwork Orange. My favourite film. It's very obscure choice for Clockwork Orange.
Similar to Romeo and Michelle. You'd like it, Jay, really?
Yeah, I've seen Clockwork Orange way later in life to probably appreciate what that was, but no, I like Terminator 2. I love 90s action films. Like, some of my favourite films are like Demolition Man and stuff like that. You know, Demolition Man. There's a film we need some action figures for. Cloud Foxwire says it's so stupid it's fun. They invented Post-its. Is he talking about the film?
That's what they say. That's the thing that they said, that they were businesswomen and that they invented Post-its.
For God's sake. Okay, shut up. Doom Customs, thank you very much for the super chat. We're glad we can keep you entertained on these random Thursdays. Talking some toys. The poll is still going. Raven the Hunter. I know. I nearly said something weird then, didn't I? I had to correct myself. He is 188 votes. So 12 more votes and we hit 200 votes there. And it is 37% for the Ant-Man. So again, Ant-Man and Kraven the Hunter here are fighting towards the end of the show We've got like less than 10 minutes left now. Who is going to win the best reveal? There's no prize. There's no rewards. But it's always curious. I'm always curious about these things. My favourite is my favourite film is Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, says Rick. Rick, I hope we can stay friends, but I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I've tried to watch it. I've genuinely, right? So I brought the trilogy on DVD at like a CEX for like a couple of quid. I was like, right, I haven't seen the film. Everyone loves this film. Like, it's critically acclaimed. I'm going to watch these films. Me and Amanda put it on one time. Seen the Hobbits. They go to some little Hobbit place. Yeah. And like, we fell asleep. I didn't even fall asleep during films either, by the way. And like, we fell asleep. We were just bored. So I was like, no, I will watch this film. I'll put it on again. Fell asleep. Didn't care. Just do not care. And I say this to Amanda all the time. Like, I've got to care. Like, I've got to want to care and be invested. Otherwise, like, if Amanda picks up her phone during a film, she's gone. She's out. She doesn't give a shit anymore. She's out of it. She's on her phone. Like, Amanda gets so sucked into on her phone. I'll be sit there watching a TV show, and she's just there on TikTok. She hasn't even got the volume down. She's just got a full... I'm hearing fucking random songs and stuff, and I stare at her going, are you fucking serious? Like, it does my head in. So, yeah, I think I will give Lord of the Rings another go, but I just never... I've always been a futuristic guy. Give me aliens and robots and, I don't know, future. I don't like sandals and wizards and stuff.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings could suck you into to Mythic Legions there.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that's the Mythic Legions hype. Again, I've not got into the Mythic Legions world because I'm not a fan of that sort of fandom, that fantasy realm. Never really... Even when I got into... Warhammer back in the day, do you know, everyone goes through that little Warhammer phase. I was always about the Space Marines, do you know, like I didn't care about the wizards and goblins and stuff. So yeah, that's just me personally. But I have no doubts they're amazing films. Just not for me. How do you guys feel about Austin Powers? Now there's a film I watch multiple times and stay wide awake for. I love Austin Powers.
I'll behave.
Hey. I've
got a dirty little secret there.
Go on.
I've never seen Austin Powers.
Oh, Jay. After this stream,
you've got a list now, Jay. Of all the things you need to watch.
Now I've watched Lord of the Rings 100 times. I've got all the Diamond Select figures, so that bit you're fine. But yeah,
you could have watched Lord of the Rings 99 times and watched Austin Powers once, all right? Because Austin Powers is just funny. It's a spoof. Just watch it. I don't know how to explain Austin Powers to you.
I've seen bits. I kind of know bits, but I've never actually sat down and watched the whole thing. All three of them, isn't there? I think all the way through.
There's three. They've all got their moments. To be fair, like all of them have got their moments.
The first one is the best.
Yeah,
though, I think.
Yeah. I watched that one. Just came on Netflix. I think. So it randomly popped up in like my recommendations. I was like, fuck it, I'm watching this again. So I literally watched that the other day. Not even joking.
Did Brandon ever see Ghostbusters? Talking of people not seeing films, I remember from these streams.
I don't know if we made
him watch it.
Yeah,
you did. It was like one of the early streams. You had to do something, and he had to do something.
I watched the Star Wars Clone Wars movie, the animated one, because I realised they had a baby Jabba the Hutt, and I was like, this is what the fucking Mandalorian copied. But yeah, so I did. So he probably did watch the first Ghostbusters, but yeah, he had no attachment to that. It's very of its time. Certain things you have to watch in their time to appreciate them. Otherwise, you just like trying to get kids to backtrack now would be quite hard. So, Goldmember is the best as Cloud. I do love the stupidness in Goldmember where the guy's got the mole and he's a mole.
Moly mole.
Moly. It's so stupid. It's like that sort of immature humour where in real life situation I wouldn't laugh. I'd be like, you're an idiot. But in that, it just works. It just works. Bloody hate moles as well, by the way. Moles. Paul McCartney says, how about no, you crazy Dutch bastard? Yeah. Honestly, so many quotes from Austin Powers, people. Go and treat yourself. If you've never seen it. Omega Weapon, talking about films you've never seen. He says he's never seen E.T. Interesting. I've obviously seen E.T., but that is one of those films that you just assume that everybody's seen. I don't love E.T. as much as I don't know, as some people do, I guess. Like, I didn't get any of those NECA figures. Jay, you buy everything that you've watched. So, question: have you watched E.T. and have you bought the figures?
Yes, I have watched ET.
And you
No, I haven't bought the figures because
so
I haven't actually watched ET since I was literally like
there you go,
5
then.
or something. So yeah,
Clearly didn't have that attachment though. Then do you know what I mean?
Didn't.
Like it's the same as me. Like I'm aware of ET, but that attachment isn't there for me. There's always every single person has that film where it seems like a gap in their sort of zeitgeist of not seeing it. What's yours, Rich? What's just something you've never seen that you feel like people would assume you've seen?
I don't know.
There's got to be something in it. There would be something.
Probably. I've seen a bit, but I haven't seen the new Avatar film. There we go. I haven't seen that.
I
did see the first one, and that was a pile of shit.
To be fair, me and Amanda spoke about this after because we watched talking about rewatching films. We rewatched the first one in preparation for the second one because let's be fair to us, there was a big fucking gap between the movies. We'd forgot everything. I thought these guys were aliens. I forgot they're bloody avatars on their own planet and shit like that. So we rewatched it, and we came out of the second film actually liking the second film more than the first. So. I don't know. Maybe give it a go.
When they first announced it, I thought bloody Marky Mark was in it, and then I realised I was confusing it with the bloody Happening, the M. Night Shyamalan with the trees.
Yeah.
Because it's like nature.
That film is shit.
That is a shit
That was
film.
when M. Night Shyamalan started to just go wop, wop, wop.
His latest one is a big pile of shit as well.
Not seen the Cabin with Batista. Is
that.
Batista good in it, though? Because I've heard people say Batista's really good.
Yeah, no, he is probably the best thing in it, to be fair. He plays against type a bit. Yeah, he's good in it, but it's a stupid plot, a terrible movie, and nobody. I've read the book as well. Because the book came out a couple of years ago, and people said this is a really good book. The book is shit there, right? They change a lot from the book, but the book is one of those people like, oh, it's not the same as the book. Do not read the book; it's not good either. Save your money. There you go. I just saved you all £50.
Just don't read the book and don't watch the film. Easy. Free afternoon.
Go watch Romeo and Michelle instead.
Doing Customs with another generous super chat. Doing
donated
Customs.
$25.
Too kind, my friend.
Try The Expanse. Excellent sci-fi. Thanks again, gents.
Thank you very much, Doing Customs. I appreciate that. And also, is The Expanse the one on Amazon Prime? I swear I've seen that. Yeah.
Expanse is good. It's like you've got to start on series 1 because it gets like very complicated as it goes along, but yeah, it's a really good series.
Okay, no, when I say I've seen it advertised, so I know what he's on about, but I've not actually sat and watched it. Interesting. I like excellent sci-fi, he says. Okay, that's more up my alley. It's probably one of those where Amanda will fall asleep on as well, so that works to me, because then I can just sit and watch it in peace.
There's lots of it starts off like a murder mystery, and then it's like lots of politics and wars, and it's really good though. It's really, really a good show.
How many seasons? I'd like to know. Am I investing here?
Is it 4 or 5? Okay. I think it's 4 or 5.
That's good. So there's a few things that I wanted to watch recently, but because it got cancelled after season 1, I was like, what's the point? Because then if I like it, like what was that Jupiter Ascending on Netflix, based off the comic, right? Is it Jupiter Ascending? I don't know if I'm saying it right. The one with the superhero family and the politics and stuff. Based off a comic. It was Jupiter.
Jupiter's Children, based on the Mark Millar comic.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that got cancelled after 1 season, and it was supposed to be like 5 seasons.
Exactly. So I didn't bother watching. I thought, what's the point? Like that was the point. Yeah. There's no point watching it because there's not going to be any more. So there's no point. Where if it's got a couple of seasons, I'm more likely to go, okay, I can invest here a little bit. Phil Jones says E.T. was the first film he saw in the cinema, 1982. E.T. came out the year I was born, technically the very first film I ever attended, says Cloud. Because I suppose his mother went and seen E.T. and maybe he was there in the womb. Figure it out.
When I was little, saying just E.T. story, right? But we liked E.T. and one of my babysitters was like, "Oh, E.T.'s on TV. Let's watch E.T." And it wasn't E.T. It was fucking It with Tim Curry in it. And me and my brother scarred for life after that.
It is very different.
Asleep. We were like,
E.T. won a balloon.
Yeah, exactly. We were like, where's Elliot? Where are the bikes? This is on it. What's down the drain? What the fuck?
Yeah, that Tim Curry is freaky. Like he's more scary than Pennywise in the newer ones because he's just fucking creepy. I didn't think it was a scary. The one film that really scared me as a kid, like I wasn't even a kid, I don't think, but I was like young enough to.
Girls.
No. It was Candyman. I've seen Candyman at a friend's like sleepover, and acted like I wasn't bothered, but then went home and was like, shit, I can't go in any room with mirrors. Do you know, like I panicked. Like I didn't know what I looked like for weeks. I had food on my face, cornflakes on my face, like just like, Dan, you look a mess. Have you not looked in the mirror? I was like, nope, no, if I haven't. I've avoided them purposely. Jay, a film that scared you?
A film that freaked me out as a kid was The Shining, because it's just the little girls. I've just got a thing
The twins.
Yeah, twins, like the little children just look scary, and I don't know. It was just freaked me out as a kid. And there was a lady. Wasn't there an old lady in the bathtub? I think in The Shining.
Yes.
There was that freaked me out when I was little.
She makes an appearance in the one. Is it the one with what's the one with Obi-Wan Kenobi in it? The glass one, Dr. Glass or whatever it's called.
Oh, the new one, isn't it?
Yeah, she makes an appearance back in that again. Some of the similar ghosts.
Doctor Sleep, I think.
Doctor
it's called,
Sleep.
That's
what do they call him? Dr. Glass. Who the hell's that? Anyway, right. Let's wrap up today. I'm going to end the poll and we're going to get out of here. Okay. So we have 3 votes off 200. All right. So can we try? Are we going to get that to 200? Can we try and get that to 200? No, I can't even be asked to wait. Okay. I'm ending the poll.
And if you're still here, press the like button.
Yeah, if you're still here, hit like, write a comment. Go and subscribe to Jay. That's what we're going to end plugging on. All right, so Kraven the Hunter, officially people's favourite reveal of the week. Out of us 3, we're asking these guys. Rich, favourite reveal of the week out of the 3 up there. Ant-Man, Kraven, and the Tracksuit Mafia. I'm going to predict it's this one.
I'm going to go with Ant-Man, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, I forgot to show this. Shout out Will as well, Pixels and Plastic on Instagram. He put this together. So if you're in the UK, take a little screenshot, take a little picture with your phone, because this is all the upcoming dates for the new Marvel Legends on Pulse. So these are a pretty good estimated timescale for the way figures. So the next figures that are going to be coming out will be the X-Men 3 packs, all due on the 1st of the 3rd. We have actually seen a store now somewhere. Was it in France that had the Banshee pack, Rich?
Yeah, so the Banshee pack showed up in France today, and they seem to have had the whole of the Puff Adder wave as well.
Yeah, so Puff Adder
and if you're going to France, they've got Puff Adder and the Banshees there. And if you're going to Spain, they've started getting the X-Men waves. So they've got Monet, Kid Omega, Chamber, and Emma Frost. They haven't had all of them. They've had 4 of them.
Jay, let's put a sickie tomorrow and we'll just get the Euro stuff. Yeah. That's the thing, right?
Not only do you get a holiday, you get let's bring the ladies as well. They get a holiday, we get some toys.
I'll buy Amanda baguette and say we're in France. Look, we're happy. Let me go and get this wave. Right, yeah. So the next X-Men wave is the 1st, and then those 2 waves are due sort of April time. Both of them are a week apart in April. So start saving your money because, again, it's been a bit dry for Marvel Legends, but the floodgates are about to open, all right? So
I reckon Puff Adder will get moved up because if the whole wave has shown up in France now, it can't be that long till the rest of the world get it.
Yeah, so there you go. So take a screenshot of that if you've got any of these on pre-order in the UK. These are UK dates, by the way, for our American friends. I do apologise. I do not have those dates, but shout out Will for this image going around. I like keeping track of it. You need to know so you can plan your budget accordingly. But Jay, over to you. What was your favourite reveal from the 3 we were talking about?
I did vote in the chat before I came on, and I voted for Kraven the Hunter. Cannot beat Spider-Man, and you can't beat a bit of a retro card.
Yeah,
so.
I think I'm the same. I'm right there with you. Long live the retro card. I think that's what I called this title of this video, didn't I? I've had long live retro cards. Please, let's see some more. As I said, Rich was right all along, and I'm so glad he was. Okay.
Daniel replied to my tweet as well and confirmed that he did tell you at MCM that these would be out next year.
Look, I didn't want to believe him until I seen something, all right? Because he's a filthy liar.
You got trust issues, Dan. If you can't believe the man standing next to you tell
I have. I genuinely do. All right, I'm happy. I'm emotional about this type of thing. Okay, so before we get out of here, one more plug for Jay, all right? Please, if you've been watching this stream on the replay, or if you're here live right now, and if you have not clicked 2 buttons, literally all you have to do is click the link in the chat or in the description. I will put it right now in the chat myself for anyone who's lazy and can't be asked to type. All you have to do is click, all right? Click on the link and go and follow, subscribe Jays_Collection UK on YouTube, Instagram, and just support the community. Like I love just a passionate guy, just like us, buying toys, making some content for us all to enjoy. I love it. And again, it's been fun to have Jay on here talking some toys with us today. So let's do some plug-in. I've done some plug-in for you, Jay, but you can hear it from the man himself. Jay, where can these lovely people find you online? Do you have a like a schedule, or are you just popping up here, there, and everywhere?
It seems to like me on Wednesdays, so I'm trying to get a video up on a Wednesday. I try and do one on Saturday night as well, the occasional short in between. And again, thank you so much for having me on. I love being part of the community. Thanks to the missus for getting me involved with everybody in the community, and it's just great fun, really. So the channel is full of random videos of me giving my unique commentary. There's usually filthy innuendo. I've tried to behave this evening because when the missus knew I was coming on with Rich, he's like, this is going to get filthy. I was like, no, it's fine. It's Dan's channel. I'll be nice. But if you want my classic dick talk, it's on Jay's Toy Collection UK on YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah, he does talk about dick a lot. Quite a lot, to be fair. But go and find out that for yourself. Jay's Toys Collection UK. It's on the screen right now. It's in the description. It's in the chat. You've got no excuse. Go and subscribe. People in the chat are already saying they've subscribed. Thank you very much, Doing Customs. We appreciate that. Clockwork Orgy. The Wolfpack says I subscribed twice. Much appreciated. So yes, please do show some love. And then as always, if you want to show some love, this man would appreciate it. It's Rich M. Rich, where can the people find you online?
You can find me on an FBI watch list. I won't be buying wine bottles or anything petrol for the next couple of weeks. But otherwise, you can find me at Displayed Ones on Instagram, where I do post occasionally. I've gotten crap at it lately, but I will get back into it.
We see you every week here, and we appreciate you for it, all right? So you can come and find him here or anywhere else.
And if you find that Molotov cocktail picture, anyone, send it to me, because I'm not going to sleep tonight.
No one knows what you're talking about. Everyone's very confused. Okay, people, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone in the chat. We need a word of the day. So Rich usually gives it us, but we'll let our guest. Jay, have you got a word of the day for the chat?
I have. I've been looking forward to this very moment.
Okay.
I'm going to give you my favourite word in the entire English language.
Okay.
Here we go. Haberdashery.
Haberdashery. Okay, I'm not even going to ask what it means. We'll just let the chat right away. If you are in the live chat right now, get yourself to the comment section of the video and write haberdashery. If you're on the replay crew watching all the way to the end, 10 bonus points to you. And write haberdashery in the chat, in the comments, so I can like it and then show you some love back, all right? So we appreciate that. And as always, people, we'll see you on the next one, all right? Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Rich. The police are at the door! Run! I think they've genuinely took Rich. He's gone.
I think he's been caught. He has been captured. It's breaking news. Rich M has been captured.
Don't touch my jubilees!
Ah, dear. Good show, everyone. Good show. Haberdashery. I genuinely don't know what it means. Should I look it up?
It's sewing, and it's just a fancy word for sewing and selling sewing items. It's just a great word.
If you really did watch to the end, now you know. Now you know. Goodbye, everyone.